Hey everyone, Perfect2 here, and welcome back to Reverse 1999, perhaps maybe part 2 of the campaign's tale, or chapter 12. In the last video, we were introducing to a new location called the Steppe, which is an actual location in the world, which is basically a vast flatlands, and where abundance of wheat were grown, I believe. And I think it's still there. I'm not sure, but either way, let's say we're now in the story of Zeno here, introducing the new corps here, called the Cavalry, Zeno's Cavalry. And apparently in this place, it is their hometown, which I've already forgotten, Belgrade. I think it was Belgrade. And then we are reintroduced and meeting again with the rebel of the Zeno rebel, Igor. Again, his reasons are unknown, except for the fact that he wants a true shelter. And I still don't know what the cube he has gained from making a deal with Arcana for. But either way, Lilia is now a temporary captive of the Flying Witch unit she has gained, and now they're at war with what appears to be a new, I guess, some sort of split faction of the rebels. I guess Igor wants to protect his hometown, while Krutov, who wants something from the Manus, that he has captured many people, including Arcanus, for some ritual. And apparently the Manus has made a ritual, or conducted a ritual, to change the weather of the steppe, which would have been winter by now, but it has changed into a very warm weather that is literally destroying the crops of the entire flatlands, or the entire steppe, which is depriving some villages the main source of food, or at least barely enough anyway. And I believe Timekeeper, or Vertin, has a mission of her own in Belgrade, which is what we're seeing right here. She wanted to know the Amber Room and what secrets it held, maybe what Erd was there before, and we caught a glimpse of her, what she attempted in the past, I believe. So before we start the next part, which is 12, we need to unlock it. So that's why I'm here, to take a look at these. And I hope you guys enjoy the video as well. So let's go ahead and find more secrets. Or at least find more secrets. The Lost Diary of a Captive, which I almost forgot to mention Meryl is here as well. Now we got a full face and new outfit. And Charon, poor sack of whatever he is literally a walking death. He was tortured beyond any repair. Okay, so an old diary with black viscous stains smeared across its cover, which I assumed Manus mucus. The corners are torn and dog-eared. It seems the owner abandoned it recently. November 11th. Every night since my capture, I heard terrifying, fragmented whispers coming from outside, and screams. Let's see. Not just one or two people, but many, shrieking and wailing in pain. I can also smell something burning and rotting. Damn it, are those Manus dogs burning corpses? Or performing some twisted ritual? Maybe both. November, unknown, because he's losing track of time. I've lost track of the date. Time and life hold no meaning in this godforsaken place. I once saved lives as a doctor. Now they've used my medical instruments to brutally murder You may forgive me for pronouncing these names wrong, because I am not used to saying anything somewhere in Russia or Czechoslovakia. Boyarsky, Artyom, and Malyakov. I hope I said it right. I got Artyom right because I did once played Metro. It's one of those old Metro games, like the Metro, or I don't know what it is, 20 something. God, I can't remember. I have the game right beside me, but I don't think I'm gonna get up and take a look for it. I don't care anymore. If they're going to come for me eventually, they might as well hurry and end it now. I don't know how to write this. I actually survived that nightmare, which feels like a curse in itself. We were hoarded onto an empty clearing where a Koldunya in black robes was chanting a song. I could barely make out the words. Inoculator of Arcanum, let me manifest decay anew. She pulled away the shroud covering the corpse. As the black mist dissipated, a broken body lay before us. She handed me an old scalpel. Dissect it. I looked down at the remains exposed to the air. Male, early 20s, mottled, wrinkled skin, ribs collapsed and fractured. I didn't know what I was doing. Fear made me forget everything I once believed. Steady beside her, I raised the blade and started cutting. The scraping of bone was monotonous, but I freed that soul from its mortal prison. When I lowered the knife, I realized we were surrounded by a black fog reeking of death. All the other captives have died. Their faces twisted in agony. The Koldunya seized my filthy hand and laughed. Thank you, Charon. You helped me unravel death and commanded, master death, and aid its power. November. Poryashkin, Artyom, Maliakov, they came for me. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. The remaining text is obscured by black viscous stains, so I think he underwent the trial. Yeah. I just want to know. Let me type this real quick. Koldunya. Okay, so I had to look up the word what Koldunya means. I think it's just another word for witch or sorceress. The Kolduni, I believe, Polish. Kolduni. Oh yeah. Spice meat mushrooms. Oh. Sorry.
Seems you've got some iron beneath that calm surface.
Oh, hi.
Not everyone would sleep so soundly in a stranger's house. Honestly, you could have just made yourself at home and stayed the night. When I take out the trash later, I'll be sure to toss you out along with it.
Did I miss dinner or I had a dream?
Oh, spare me the details. I'm sure it was full of enviable warmth and radiance, just enough to scorch my miserable frozen heart.
Let me see that again.
Seems honestly, you did. And I owe you my thanks. Your sleep-talking added a bit of flavor to my otherwise bland meal. I haven't had such an appealing appetizer in a long time.
So what about my meal?
The soup's gone cold. That ship sailed. You may not like the reality served on your silver platter. No one does. But you'll have to swallow it. Blame this mess on the black robes if you want. Those cowards keep trying to drag the world back to their good old days. And the white robes preaching the future? No less clowns for their taste in uniforms. Falling off their high horses again and again. Brought down by their own arrogance. Who would have thought? The whole universe turned into one circus, starring two troops of fools. Why didn't that blind woman just let the world burn back then? It wouldn't have been worse than these chaotic times. And who asked her to play the martyr anyway?
That's our mother, damn it.
If you're lucky enough to find her, take her home and make sure she stays there, quietly. For everyone's sake.
I'm not sure she's right about that, but I don't know. Makes sense to me. Right. Alright, now we've gone past that barrier of blocking the information here. Let's go ahead and officially start on chapter part 2. Life and Fate. So Charon is critically injured. Somehow Marcia is surviving that ore of death. Wherever that may be. He does not feel pain as the living do, but it has left its mark all the same. He must have endured unimaginable torment.
His bodily structure is too fractious to store his arcane energy. The leakage is worsening his condition.
Charon's body is held together in an unnatural way, like a man crushed in a thousand times. His fragments no longer fit together as they should.
How could the Manus do such a thing?
Why? He's got nothing to do with any of this.
Meryl stands with her back to Charon, her shoulders hunched and trembling.
I should have gone with you, Charon.
Charon now lies on a stretcher, silent and contained, like a black wall behind them. Meryl finally saw Charon's arcane skill for the first time, fast and hollow, like death itself. I mean, it wouldn't make a difference, they would have killed her anyway. Wait, she is an arcanist. Okay, never mind, I forgot about she had an arcane skill.
No.
I think it would be worse for Meryl if she would have gone through torment.
Meryl. Meryl. Masha.
She instinctively turns to her, but Marcia grips her shoulders firmly, holding her back in place.
Don't turn around. I think Charon wants to tell you something.
What is it, Charon?
Meryl.
Charon, I'm sorry, it's all my fault.
With a single word, Meryl's words come rushing like a river breaking its banks.
You protected me, walked with me all this way, hid me, kept me safe, and after all that, after everything you've done for me, I left you there, all alone. If only I weren't such a weakling. If only I were brave like the others. I could have taken you with me. Saved you for once. But it's all my fault. I'm useless. I should never have left you behind. If it weren't for me, you could have...
The words choke in her throat before they can be spoken.
No, Meryl.
Charon finds a chance to piece together his broken speech.
You promised to run away when danger came. Why do you remain here? Go, find a safe place.
Even in this state, he still cares.
No, I can't. I can't run away anymore. I shouldn't. I should never have run in the first place. If I'd just gone back to the squad. If I hadn't asked to go with you, if...
Meryl is too overwhelmed to speak. A pair of hands gently wipes the tears from her face.
Hush, now. How are you supposed to help me fix Charon up if you keep crying like this? Don't forget what we need to do. Charon will be fine. As long as we can restore the vessel of his consciousness, he'll recover. I'm the only one who can look at him right now, and I need a reliable assistant. Only the two of us can help him. Do you understand?
Yes. Right, I understand.
Then take a moment and wipe your tears. It won't be an easy task, but it'll soon be over. Just follow my instructions and give me what I need when I ask for it. Can you do that, Meryl?
A boy steps onto a fallen stone pillar, the wreckage of the airplane in the church behind him. It's been shot down, yet it still seems to posture in defiance, a grim reminder of how fragile this city is.
Мы не будем жертвами!
Мы не будем жертвами!
One by one, people gather around Fyodor Petrovich, quickly forming a tight circle.
Спасите Береград! Выдайте Игоря!
Выдайте Игоря!
More and more voices join in the chanting. The rest of the residents linger at a distance. Some whisper behind covered mouths. Others lift anxious eyes to the sky, searching for bombs that may yet fall. The chanting crowd clambers over the street barricades, only to be halted by gun barrels before the fortifications of the city defense headquarters.
Stop! Don't go any further.
Stand aside, kid. I need to talk to your commander.
You can tell me. I'll pass it on.
Sergei feels a shove from the side.
Hey, I know this man. Let me talk to him.
The Belgrade militiaman climbs in onto the fortifications, standing taller.
Fyodor, take your people and turn back. Or are you here just to cause trouble?
Still standing strong with the cavalry, are we, Dima? Don't you know how many have sided with us?
Them? Just little sheep following any dog that barks at them.
You work-race, Duraki. All we have to do is hand over that Igor, and Krutov will leave us be. The choice is obvious.
No, he'll destroy the town anyway.
You're the Durak. They're bandits. You can't trust a word they say.
And this Igor, who is he? No one here has ever even heard of him. It's no skin of our back to hand him over. You cavalry said you wanted to protect the city. Now is your chance. If Krutov has some personal issue with Igor, then I say they solve it themselves on the steppe.
You don't know what you're talking about. The drink's pickled your brain. Just look at your nose. You've got no say here anyway. So shut it and go home.
A cacophony of boos erupted from the crowd.
Or you can use your enthusiasm to fight off the bandits and get our market back.
Riots. The commander turns from the window.
Tell the 1st Battalion's commander to evacuate the citizens trapped outside. Just a few sharp soldiers. Don't worsen the situation. Be careful. No misfires. Fyodor won't dare start a real fight. He'd sooner roll in his wealth than die.
Yes, Commander.
Stanova leaves at the order.
You taught Krutov well, Igor. He has driven a wedge between us. Old-fashioned, but effective. He knows we need both the militia and the citizens to hold Peregrad. One whisper deal and half turn against us.
He will do anything to bring me a humiliating death.
Why? I never warmed to him, true, but I had no inkling his hatred ran so deep.
Igor falls silent, as if fishing his thoughts from the depths of a dark pond.
Like me, there was no turning back for him after San Paulo. He can only continue down the path he has laid. Since the deal with Manus Vindictae, he has resented me. He claims I shot at him for his sacrifice. He also believes our break from the Manus was a grave mistake. He wishes to wrest more power from them. But I never promised him power. I promised him a chance at survival. Still, he calls the boon a sacred thing that will grant him the power of a god. Krutov took my choice as weakness. Now, he is obsessed with proving that his path is the right one. He wants to kill me, to take the boon, to prove his worth to the Manus. We can take advantage of this.
Outside, arguments between the cavalrymen and citizens rise and fall along the street.
One thing is certain. This decisive battle will not be inside the city. We cannot stay here alone. Let us live together, Ivan. We will discuss our strategy on the way to camp.
Right. Alright, let's move on. Alright, political update? What you guys say? Alright, Krutov. Let's see. Before the battle begins, Krutov tortures Kiron and sends his mutilated body to Beregard, using his deadly aura to injure the Cavalry Corps morale. So he wants to kill Igor and prove his worth to Manus. That's about it. Alright, what's the information we got here? Cavalry dispatch from Xeno Command Center. Public opinion in Beregard has turned against the Cavalry Corps. Particularly after yesterday's air raid, civilians are now directing their anger at the troops stationed in the city. We request that you arrange theatrical performances to soothe unrest. The frightened playwright. So, oh yeah, we got the Fool, you, and you. I got 3 performers. Alright, let's take a look at this real quick. So, Surrender Griffin Legion Admiral. Following in-ring raids, resentment toward the Griffin Legion Admiral spreads among the city's residents, triggering unrest. Okay. Charon's condition leaves Meryl overwhelmed with guilt. As Marshall observes his state, she urges Meryl to steady herself. The two then work together to administer emergency treatment. Krotov's scheme is sowing discord turns Igor into the target of widespread blame. Ivan orders his men to quell the unrest within the city while considering the timing of the Cavalry Corps' withdrawal. Like, the Tidekeeper's already done with their mission already. Take a look at the Amber Room, find any information about Erd, and that's it. They're going to leave, but unfortunately, because of what Krutov did, they have no choice but to stay here and quell this unrest. So, what do you gotta say, Charlie? What? There's still a war going on outside? And I'm supposed to put on a play here? The city was just bombed. If the performance bombs too, won't they take it out on me? What should I do? The stage lights up. The performance begins. From ancient times to the present, tyrants and violence have never been able to strip people of their rights to joy. Not even war. Not even blazing battlefields. That's right. Raise your voices. Cheer for the tyrant's inevitable downfall. Huh. Okay. A farewell letter. Pardon me, I just yawned out loud.
So, you're saying you devised this plan with Igor?
Alright, map update? They're all back at the camps here, I believe. Sternova stands opposite the commander. The map table between them, agitated, she shifts the markers representing the military forces back and forth. The commander glances up at her. Her words are minimal, but her stance is made clear.
Put the griffin down, Sabina. We're all in the same boat now.
Sternova raises a hand and sweeps the wooden griffin to the edge of the table. Hang on. Never mind.
I'm not questioning your orders, but I will state for the record that leaving our back wide open to Igor is too risky. After dark, the cavalry will advance upstream with minimal gear to launch a surprise attack, cutting off Krutov's supply lines. It makes sense. Our riders know the terrain like the back of their hand. This will allow us to capitalize on our superior mobility. But we would be leaving the right bank, the forest, the Sich, and even Beregrad exposed. We're throwing ourselves into the old lion's mouth and praying he won't bite.
You're right, we'd be exposed. But the coalition without trust wins nothing. You've seen Krutov and his army. Neither the Cavalry Corps nor the militia can meet his air power or artillery. Belgrade would be rubble if not for Igor's anti-air guns.
And that is truth. Her thoughts drift to the poorhouse, its dome half destroyed in a bomb drop during their withdrawal from Beregrad.
The Griffin Legion is well equipped, but they're thin on numbers and supplies. They will hold cities and forests best. Let them guard the city. Our riders will flank the enemy by night. Both Igor and I agree on this.
But
she knows the commander has reasons, yet the smoke of South America still hangs heavy in her memory, casting an inescapable shadow over this coalition.
I hear your concern, Sabina.
He picks up the wooden griffin and sets it down on their Sich.
When the operation begins, Igor will come to our Sich. All his communication will be monitored.
Yeah, never mind. I'm just double checking. If he actually moved the wooden griffin to a different location on the map, then would it change?
how? I doubt our operators can tap his line so effectively.
There will be no such need. On our return from the city, I asked Igor to use only our lines for the operation. He agreed.
Sternova nods hesitantly.
I see. Still, I'll be keeping an eye on him.
Your scrutiny is welcome, Colonel Sternova.
The rebel leader enters the tent, his presence tightening the already frayed nerves of the chief of staff. Under Sternova's piercing gaze, he places a document on the table.
What's this?
Something?
All the information I have on Krutov. His background, academic record, military experience, psychological profile, and a registered list of his arcane skills.
The information comes like rain upon a desert. Such A clear proof of good faith silences Sternova's worries. She silently agrees to allow the collaboration to continue.
Spasiba. We know little of Krutov. I'll be sure to read this before we begin.
Under the high noon sun, blurred shadows fall across the canvas wall of the tent.
Huh? Who's that gathering outside?
I saw some officers discussing something in camp. It may be them.
Let us hear what they have to say, Sabina.
This is...
Just as Igor predicted, there is a group of officers standing outside the tent. Their hands rest along the seams of their trousers, their faces each wearing a complicated, cautious expression.
Why are you out here jabbering when you should be making preparations?
The leader of the 5th Regiment takes a small step forward and delivers a textbook salute.
Commander, I am here to make a request of you. On behalf of the men, sir.
Your name is Goat? Okay, I would say you would be named Goat because of that goatee and the beard, but I'm not gonna judge.
I'm listening.
He draws a deep breath. The goatee upon his chin trembles slightly.
As you know, many of our comrades have homes nearby, families. We formally request a half-day's leave to visit them. I swear to you, sir, not a single rider will shirk their duties. We are Cossacks, true, ready to shed blood on the battlefield. We were born soldiers of the steppe, just as our fathers were, and theirs before them. We know that not all of us will live to see the rising of the sun tomorrow. So if we have a chance to see our loved ones...
He clenches his teeth. Facing the commander, the speech be prepared seems to have slipped from his mind. So he simply remains silent. After all, the most important request has already been made. The commander claps his hands behind his back, his gaze sweeping over the rows of Cossack military camps. The soldiers follow his eyes. No one dares break the silence. Then he waves a hand.
A half day. No more. Go see your families.
A bittersweet cheer erupts from the soldiers. The feeling spreads quickly throughout the camp. The other soldiers soon learning of the commander's answer from the rising fervor.
Anyone who fails to return to the Sich before nightfall will be branded a deserter. Do I make myself clear?
The cavalrymen disperse to the tune of "Yes, sir," and "Thank you, sir." The commander lets out a long sigh and meets Sternova's eyes.
Will you be paying a visit to Tamarka?
No.
He already did. He shakes his head.
There is much to prepare. Come, let us return to it.
The commander sets a pile of blank letter paper on the table and pushes it towards Sternova.
Pass these papers to any soldier not going home. Tell them to write a letter if they wish.
Sternova's gaze darkens. She glances at the commander, to Igor, and back again. Then at last she nods. She gathers the paper, turns, and leaves the makeshift meeting room.
Not the wisest choice. Sending them home just before a major operation. Their families will plead for them to stay.
But they will return. All of them. You share their blood, Igor, you should know this. And a Cossack will do anything to protect their home and family. The embrace of those they fight to protect will only sharpen their resolve.
The commander pours himself and his temporary ally a cup of dark tea spiced with pepper. Wait. Dark tea spiced with pepper. Do you actually guys drink that kind of tea? Dark tea spiced with pepper. Like, is that drink kind of good? Please tell me in the comments down below if it's actually good. Dark tea spiced with pepper. I never tried that. I might try it, but I'm gonna have to figure out how.
Maybe you think you know them, but they know little of you, and even less about what Xena expects of them. They will be sent to other battlefields. away from their homes. Their homesickness will be a liability.
They knew what service meant when they enlisted. Though I cannot say if they are truly ready to leave their homeland behind.
Homeland. Every war is fought on someone's home, yet its name is used to forge the young into unbreakable soldiers. It seems you still understand this. But tell me, Ivan, why don't you go to Tomarovka? The road should still be safe.
Ivan lifts his cup and takes a sip. I'll still call him Ivan, but Ivan, sure.
Or is it that the dawn of this era is no home to you? Are you afraid to tell your soldiers the truth?
The commander adjusts the collar of his uniform, searching for a way to change the subject.
I don't answer to you anymore, Igor. In fact, you're one of mine now. You should join them.
Join them? What do you mean?
Write a letter to your loved ones.
The unexpected proposal renders Igor silent.
Krutov bears a grudge against you. It is clear. If we fail, he will show you no mercy. So, anyone to bid farewell to? Or is this era truly just a fleeting wind to you?
Igor drinks the hot tea in one gulp. He rises and pulls on his coat.
I'll leave you to your work.
After this battle, Igor, I hope never to see you again.
Taking a few sheets of letter paper from the commander's desk, Igor steps out of the tent. The commander remains standing, as if waiting for something to arrive. Soon, the radio link to headquarters chirps its alarming tone as expected.
Vice Admiral Barakov, is the timekeeper safe?
Yes. She says our mission in Belgrade is mostly complete.
Good. We'll relay this to the Foundation Committee. With that settled, your orders are to pull the Cavalry Corps from the region, effective immediately.
Immediately? We were given 2 weeks to secure Belgrade. A warlord and his bandits, aided by Manus Vindictae, have been running rampant on the Don. We are working to neutralize this threat before redeployment.
Manus Vindictae's forces are concentrated on the Western Front. Our manpower is already stretched too thin. We can't afford to hold the Don River. Not while there are more important strategic goals. The decision is set. No 2 weeks.
5 days, that's all I ask. We will resolve the threat here and ride to Hungary without delay.
And how do you plan to resolve the threat? With Igor's rebels? Did you really think you could hide your coalition with Igor and his traitors? You and I only turned a blind eye for the Timekeeper's sake. But the Timekeeper has finished her work, and you are still collaborating with them. Are you prepared to face the committee if they demand an explanation? Vice Admiral Barakov, do you read me? Ivan Ivanovich, you understand what I'm saying, don't you? You'll obey orders or you'll face the consequences, Ivan.
To protect our home and kin. That is why I stand with Igor's rebels. That will be my only answer to the tribunal.
Well, I guess that's answered the question. Well, looks like Igor's got new allies. Okay. Oh, now let's read this first. Colonel Stonova's Operation Order Brief. So, in accordance with Sino's security protocol, this brief has been encrypted. Let's see. Operation Orders, Operation Frozen Horseshoe, Spear Light Cavalry Division 0500. Mission: you are ordered to form a rapid strike team with the Shaksha and Shield units, hereby designated Omega. Strike Team Omega will coordinate with Horse Hunter forces and the Old Citizen unit to establish an Omega formation battlefront. Advance upstream along the Golden Bank of the Undercurrent on waterway to launch a surprise assault. Your core objective is to restrict enemy deployment space at all costs. Enemy intel. Our forces and Horse Hunter forces suffered infiltration attacks in southern town. We have confirmed the enemy's new attack target. Enemy Black Locust forces are amassing on the Golden Bank of the Undercurrent waterway. They are expected to cross in full strength and launch a general offense offensive against southern town. According to reliable intelligence, enemy Black Locust forces are expected to mass for attack within the next 24 hours. However, the exact strength of the troops committed to the dark bank of the undercurrent underway waterway remains unknown. Execution. Rapidly ford the undercurrent waterway before enemy forces complete assembly. Execute a flanking maneuver from the narrow wing. Ambush and eliminate all encountered enemy units. Penetrate enemy rear positions and sever supply lines. All combat units must reach the Old Tree Riverside sector and assemble before the autumn harvest. Horse Hunter forces and the Old Citizen unit have been integrated into the Southern Town Defense Network and will conduct diversionary attacks from the Dark Bank. Long-tailed forces will provide supporting fire and cleanup. Following the extension of the offensive, your unit must immediately engage the enemy and coordinate with friendly forces for encirclement. If you encounter an enemy counterattack, you may request air support. Due to logistical constraints, the Scout Short Sword Camp will assist in securing abandoned horses and equipment. Maintain status quo until the next class of order is received. Okay, let's go ahead and check with everything here. Let's see more updates for Yvonne. So yeah, let's see. Vice Admiral Burkhoff decides to cooperate with Igor to jointly encounter Krutov's army. This decision goes against the orders from the Sino Command Center, and he is prepared to face a military tribunal for it. Like, hey, it's our home, you gotta protect our home, right? You gotta protect home at all costs, yeah? Let's see. Allied forces formulate a plan to against the enemy. Okay. Oh, damn it. Not again. Not again. I just did it again. I was trying to... Alright. To protect our home again, this is why I stand for Igor's rebels. Okay. Alright, let's see up here. I was granted half a day off, so I went home. The window of our earthen home was open. Mother was cooking borscht, dry bread, and a plate of potatoes. We never cooked this much food. I think she knew I was coming back and made extra. Mother said Xenia came by yesterday. She left me a wooden box and told me to open it after I had gotten rid of the bandits. When the war is over, I will propose to her. Aww. I mean, that's cute, but at the same time, worrying. He may not come back. According to the communications from the Senior Command Center, the Cavalry Corps stationed on the Eastern Front has defied withdrawal orders and chose to cooperate with the Griffin Legion in opposing Manus Vindictae forces. Should they succeed, this may yield long-term strategic benefits. For the time being, the situation is to be closely observed. So they got their orders and answers. So yeah, now what's this? Burning Madness. Another soundtrack, I believe. Alright, let's continue on with this one. I'm more afraid that my OBS would just shut down on me and stop recording, but thankfully it'll just stop the recording, which I'm happy of. Sonetto steps outside, looking out over the endless grassland and to the sky beyond. The afternoon wind rushes from across the steppe, carrying an unseasonable dryness. It gently rustles through her hair, the weariness from her relentless schedule, the weight of the coming war, and the tension she bears from her responsibilities are, for a brief moment, faintly eased.
Greetings, Miss Sonetta.
Mr. Igor.
Their greeting is awkward, yet it doesn't stop the tough old admiral from leaning against a tree not far away. He gently closes his eyes, as if listening for something. How long has he been standing there? Sonetto swallows the question before it reaches her lips.
What are you doing out here?
There is a sound as the wind brushes over the grasslands. I find it eases my mind.
Sonetto focuses in on the same sound. After a moment, she resumes her questions.
You're here for the timekeeper. Is that right?
Is she still resting? What she saw in the amber room must have impacted her greatly.
Aware of the old man's special status, Sonetto tightens her grip on the one hidden behind her back.
I only want to have a word with you. Nothing more. We are on the same side.
Footsteps crunch through the dirt behind them.
For the time being, yes. Until Krutov is defeated.
I owe you an apology, leaving you in the amber room for so long. My troops needed their leader when Krutov attacked.
Think nothing of it. I was prepared for the risks. Besides, Zanetto and Marsh were there to help me.
What did you see there, in the room?
An overt question. A fear older than memory floods her vision. After a few deep breaths, reason slowly returns. Bird, an experiment, a white room.
I felt like I'd been put into some kind of experiment. But it wasn't me. It was Erd. They ran the experiment over and over, each time Erd suffering immense pain. It all seemed designed to transform her into someone else. I saw other things too. But they were blurry and fragmented.
And the video clips? Then they didn't take their devices with them when they evacuated after all.
No. Whatever I saw wasn't footage. I have to enter the Amber Room once more, to make sense of what I saw.
Igor falls silent for a moment, then shakes his head.
I advise against it. There are still skirmishes being fought in the city. No one can guarantee the church will stay safe for long. The Cavalry Corps is preparing for a surprise assault tonight. Lieutenant Lilia is in the field trying to locate and destroy the Manus' rights. Your assistant will be your only protection. You are too important, Timekeeper. If your presence in Belgrade were exposed, the Manus will throw everything they have into capturing you. I cannot afford to let anything jeopardize our battle plan. You must stay hidden from the enemy until it is safe. Miss Sanet, I don't question your capability and devotion, but Belgrade is a potential battlefield. It's too dangerous.
Good point. I'll be sure to return to the Amber Room, only after you've defeated Krutov.
It will be done soon.
A soldier came to me earlier today. He seemed to think a Foundation member would have a higher chance of surviving the battle, and asked me to deliver a letter to his brother on the Western Front. What about you, Mr. Igor? Did you write anything?
Voice crack. Igor lets out a sigh so faint it almost goes unnoticed. Clearly, he is trying to conceal something.
I know someone who would be deeply upset were you to die here. She intends to end your life with her own hands.
Lopera. It's Lopera. Igor rubs his temples and gives a helpless smile.
Lopera.
I knew it.
Does the Foundation still keep her?
You could say that. She isn't allowed to return to her position as a soldier yet. Not until Zeno's review is finished.
Igor nods, signaling he wants to hear more.
She's made somewhat of a life for herself at the Foundation. Made friends, and got into some trouble. They've assigned her an instructor to work on her dice game obsession.
Pera. So typical of her.
There's something I'd like to know, too.
Ask away.
Commander Ivan invited me to his home in Tamarovka for a lunch. A lady hosted us. He introduced her as his mother, but something seemed off.
She is indeed Ivan's mother.
Then, did Commander Ivan request shelter for her from the storm?
Yes. A request made not long after their reunion.
Igor folds his arms across his chest, frowning.
Not even the most capable diviners could have predicted the advent of the storm. As you suspected, Ivan's mother, like most at the time, was reversed during the first storm. Sometime after that, Ivan rediscovered her. He told me that he knew it was her from the wrinkles on her face and her tender smile. He was certain that, by some miracle, his mother had survived the storm and returned to him. An improbable scenario, don't you think, Timekeeper?
A familiar coincidence.
One day, I'll uncover the truth about the storm. For everyone's sake. For my mother.
Igor doesn't answer. Instead, he fixes his gaze on the rolling waves of grass. I wonder what Chapter 13 will hold. Oh, animated background. Night falls over the steppe. Amid the chaos of pounding hooves and shouting voices, Sternova lifts the tent. Again.
Colonel Sternova, is the Corps prepared to ride out soon?
Yes, our forces are assembled. We're ready to go. As for the Griffins, 3 of their air defense squads have been stationed in Vindictae, while the rest are heading to Basakagoria, the mountain north of the city.
Is Igor marching with his army?
No. Both Igor and Commander Ivan will stay at the command post in the siege. I'm here to check on you at Lieutenant Lilia's request. She said you're good at slipping away and making people worry.
That be damn true. Sonetto suppresses a laugh before deftly steering the conversation elsewhere.
3 squads. That's all the city has for air defense?
That and the militia. With our reduced numbers and the danger of street battles, we have to rely on the support of armed citizens.
Outside the tent, the agitation has only continued to build. The commander's orders rang out, half lost in the swelling noise.
Timekeeper, for your own sake, I suggest you leave the dawn. Or at least make sure you bunker down someplace safe. I'll take my leave of you now. Commander Ivan is about to rally the troops.
Beneath the night sky, a hushed yet fervent atmosphere settles in. The soldiers' fighting spirits rendered them restless. Hiccups again. Also, I'm liking the fact that there's some little bit of animation on the fire torches here. Even the very backgrounds, though. Look at that.
To think, I get to fight a real war. Boże, my hands won't stop shaking.
Keep your head on straight, you Durak, or you'll get yourself killed. There's nothing romantic about war.
No, there ain't nothing that out.
I've fought alongside many soldiers like you, dreaming of glory, victory, and the praise of our people when we returned home. But I returned alone. The rest died on some god-forsaken battlefield, along with their dreams of glory. I visited their graves before I left. Hope their spirits are with me.
I went home to see my girl.
You didn't promise you were going to marry her after we win the war, did you?
He did.
No, I didn't say anything at all. I just looked into those beautiful eyes of hers. She understood the rest. We knew it could be the last time we'd see each other.
All right, that's enough, lover boy. Commander Ivan's about to give his speech.
Attention all troops! Call the roll!
Strong, unified voices rise from the formations, joined by the thunder of horses stamping on the ground.
All soldiers have returned to their posts, sir. I knew there were no cowards in the Corps.
I expected nothing less.
Listen, riders! You've seen the ruin Krutov and his bandits have wrought. You've seen those black-hearted cowards burn Cossack homes and kill our king.
I'm going to cut off that clown's head and hang it in my backyard.
A young voice sparks a burst of laughter. Then fists of shouts of approval are thrown into the air.
Вы видели, как они грабили и топтали нашу землю, наш народ и наши достоинства? Вы слышали их смех, когда они резали наш народ, а наши дети плакали? Но сегодня их злодеяние окончится. Не так ли, мои братья и сестры? Потому что мы, Cavalry Corps, всадники Степи, и эти тонна, остановим их на месте. Мы сотрем их в пыль и вернемся домой победителями. За Степь, за Дон, за еще не рожденных детей казаков. Today, we destroy the enemy and reclaim our home. Вперед! Ура!
God, I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty 104 again. The great mother of the Cossacks trembled beneath the figure of her sons and daughters. All of that. At the commander's order, the cavalry formations make their march, the scouts at the front lifting their torches high. The flames of glory burn bright, setting the curtain of history ablaze. I truly like the fact that some native language is mixed in with the characters as well. Like I said, most of the VAs here have their own native language. I assume. Burning Madness. I wonder what that is. But before that, let's see some of this. Who is... In the Ember Room, the Timekeeper finds some information that is hard to understand. It seems she wants to go back there after the war ends. Okay, and what's more here? Start with this. At night, Sternovo conducts a pre-battle mobilization alongside the commander. Okay. And you, it's just an update of what just happened, I believe. The Timekeeper exchanges information with Igor by the Steppe River regarding the Ember Room and Erd. Then returns to the Corps and a dispatch. A castle owner on the Eastern Front has opened his estate as a refuge for locals, officials, and other parties seeking peace, drawing hostile attention. We request that you infiltrate the castle under the guise of a maid, and we all know who can. What did I say? A skillful bunny girl. Bunny, yeah. Bunny, and maid. We all know who. Not sure who else, but whatever. Alright, is there anything else here? I guess so. Oh, a secret mission for little old me? Satisfying guests is my specialty, so playing a maid should be no problem at all. But how do I protect these guests of mine? If I spot a bad guy, how do I deal with him? Well, when the time comes, I'll just give him a smack, right? Yeah, she is a freaking fighter. Alright, what else is here? Ah, there you are. Igor is not a man to be trusted. Okay, the Flying Ridges arrive at the wasteland northwest of Barograd, the location of the first rite. Lilia does not trust Igor. After carefully confirming there is no trap, she successfully dismantles the rite. As the second rite is located near a mountainous area northeast of Perevosnaya. Lilia maintains a high level of vigilance. However, having spent too much time at the first rite, she does not hesitate for long this time, and swiftly destroys the site. Based on the contact with the Timekeeper, she personally supports the cooperation between the Cavalry Corps and the Griffin Legion. In practice, the Timekeeper's operation also receives intelligence support from the Rebel Admiral. However, the Timekeeper states that only initial operational objectives have been achieved, that she is unable to withdraw from the Eastern Front at this stage. Okay, is there anything else here? Nope. Actually, you know what? I might put on the song pretty much later. But for now, I'm going to take a break because I have dinner on my table, so I will be back in a second. Okay, it is now the next day, and we're back into it to part 15. Dust Between Fingers. Alrighty. The militia camp is full of makeshift beds, sheltering many civilians injured in the warlord's raid. The wails of pain echoed in every corner. Still, they've managed to set aside one private room. Meryl rises from her chair for the 33rd time, pacing around the only bed in the room to check on the patient again. The patient no longer oozes death, yet she still can't bring herself to fully look at him. Her gaze drifts aimlessly toward the single basement window, the grain of the wooden chair. A smudge of chocolate at the edge of the cloth catches her eye. This awakened has an unnaturally low body temperature, so low that even in Barograd's long autumn, a piece of chocolate wouldn't melt. Could someone have used fire? Can fire even hurt Charon? Had her friend been turned over flames like a roast pig?
Meryl?
Meryl feels guilty for the association, but in her franticness, her thoughts keep jumping around. A shiver runs through her, as if her own hand has struck the match to the kindling.
Meryl?
Oh! Charon, you're awake!
I'm not even sure if he can sleep. She turns her face, quickly wiping away a tear, then hurries to Charon's side to help him sit up.
How are you feeling? Are you thirsty? Are you in pain? I'll go get the painkillers.
Charon shakes his head slowly. I don't think he can even eat those. He has no need for water, and the medicine in the ampule makes no difference to him. Besides, the body beneath his bandages has almost healed.
Oh, right. Marsha cut your cloak when she was patching you up. Here, I found a new one for you. Do you like it?
Meryl is desperate to do something, anything, for him.
That won't be needed. Meryl, you owe nothing.
The cloth covering the death beneath shifts as if a breeze has just disturbed the air in the sealed room, muffling Charon's next words.
No, I owe you a lot. What I did was wrong.
Her no is both a denial of him and herself.
I'm an arcanist trained by the SBDM and the Vigils. I even fought a little in Antarctica. I can fight, I can. But I didn't. We could have escaped together. If I hadn't run away.
A horrifying thought grips her.
I should never have forced you to take me with you in the first place. If I hadn't been so desperate to run off from the 12, you'd still be tending flowers in the graveyard back in Montpay. Instead of...
Death's call had grown heavy in the east. The path forward was clear.
He would have gone anyway.
So long as Krutov's atrocities grew unchecked, this was inevitable.
He tries to comfort her, but she is like a cracked cup, no longer able to contain her emotions.
I'll go get Andreas. I'm sure he's missed you a lot.
Perhaps escape is one way to heal wounds. Charon doesn't stop her. The streets of Belgrade are barricaded with quilts, leftover firewood, and the people who have refused to leave the city. Women speak in low, anxious voices about what will come of this unusually warm autumn, and about family who are now far away.
I'm pretty sure the stable's around here.
Dodgka! Dodgka!
The tender sound of an old voice draws Meryl's attention. She turns to find an elderly lady sitting in the shade beside the road.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Dodgka. You were in Tamarovka, yes? Sergei said you were the fish he and his friends got from the river.
Funny.
If it weren't for them, I probably would have wound up in the stomach of some big fish. Speaking of which, the soldiers have left already, right?
Ah, so you don't know either.
The lady's face falls.
I saw you with those Foundation people. I thought you'd have some news from the inside. Ivan sent his men to bring me to Belgrade. He told me it would be safer there, under the protection of the militia and the Foundation. He promised to take me to Zeno headquarters once he's back.
Ivan? Wait, you don't mean Ivan Ivanovich, do you? You're his mother.
I am, Rodnaya. Though a child doesn't tell his mother everything, I'm sure he has his reasons. I've grown quite used to it, but every time he suggests taking me to headquarters, I feel sad for the friends I made in the village and the red carnations in my little garden. But soon, they'll all vanish.
The old lady's sorrowful words make something inside Meryl give way.
Dochka, tell me, are we heading into another era?
Wait, does she know? Does she know? Meryl nervously clutches the belt at her waist. She tilts her head, avoiding Miss Galina's watery eyes.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I should apologize, Dochka. Not you. I shouldn't be saying such things.
The old lady gently takes Meryl's shaking hands in her own.
Oh, I am just an old woman. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying myself. Come now. Lift your chin and smile, Dochka.
Can she?
Do you think there's still meaning in this kind of life? It's like I'm trying to catch something, but no matter how hard I try to hold on to it, everything I do, every friendship I make will just be flown away. Like dust.
Well?
Miss Galina gives the kind of nod only someone with many years behind them can give, and guides Meryl to sit beside her.
I was in a coffee house in Kreshatik, Kiev, watching the Salyut 6 space station launch. There was a marching band outside rehearsing Prazdnichnaya Overture, the festive overture. As the piece moved into the exposition, I saw Ivan push aside the drum major and run straight toward me. Bože, he barged into that coffee house so fast that he nearly shattered the door. And the first word from his mouth was Mama.
Miss Galina breaks into a soft laugh.
So, did you believe him? That he was your son?
Her smile grows, and deeper lines appear in the corners of her eyes.
Did I believe him? I called the police 3 times. The first time I told them I was being harassed. The second time that he was a scammer.
What about the third time?
The third time I told them Ivan was a lunatic who claimed to be a time traveler and should be committed to a sanitarium. But every time, he was quickly bailed out by Zeno or the Foundation. He'd loiter around my building, holding a rusty tin box he claimed held legacy items I left behind. The nerve of that boy. I was still alive and well.
What was in it? Did you see?
Half a homemade cookie and a photo of the 2 of us. A photo so clear that it couldn't possibly have been produced in my time. He spent months following me to all sorts of places around Kiev. One day, outside my building, he told me how I planted red carnations on the windowsill at his childhood home. But none ever bloomed. At the tailor's, he said that whenever a button fell off his clothes, he'd send it home for me to mend. And I would sew 2 buttons with irises on them.
She speaks slowly. The story she tells gradually becomes her own. Her eyes are filled with wordless emotion.
I didn't share those memories, but over time, I grew attached to them all the same. Now, when I think of them, there's a bittersweet pricking in my bones.
I mean, Ivan took a lot of risk. Hell, even inciting her irking wrath, apparently. I mean, sure, if you're in a parallel world, or at least a different era of time, and you find someone who you treasure has a likeness, how would you handle that? Would you go and try to to help them gain some memory of a bond or something. I mean, a child's love for one's mother is pretty much absolute. Like, you cannot really sever that bond of kinship between child and parent, yeah? It's like trying to get your parent who is suffering from Alzheimer's, or at least memory loss, to give them some comfort in knowing that, yes, even though you don't remember me, I am still your child, right? That's just what I'm feeling. But not this one. She leans down, gathers a handful of dust from the ground, and lets it fall into Meryl's open palm.
You see, Dochka, the wind does blow away the dust.
She helps Meryl spread her fingers.
But focus. Do you feel anything?
I feel it slipping away, leaving me behind as if it's destined to happen.
Exactly. You felt it. The excitement as the rockets soared into the sky. The surge of inspiration from the trumpet's cry in the festive overture. The heartbreaking ache in my chest as Ivan spoke to me of his mother. These fleeting moments, I felt them and imprinted them deep into my heart.
So then, the meaning of all this isn't in what we leave behind, but in what we feel as we go through it.
A spark lives for its light and warmth, not for the ashes it will leave behind. Don't you agree? What's your name, child?
Meryl. Meryl Van de Veer.
Van de Veer? That's her name? Her last name?
My dear Meryl, every one of us is destined to return to dust. So why not feel as deeply as we can while we have the chance? Feel every one of our memories, bitter and sweet. Savor and cherish each sparkling moment, even if the storm washes you away one day. Because even if you no longer feel them, someone like my Ivan will.
She stands.
Where are you going?
To see what help I can offer. And to create more memories of this time before it's gone.
Meryl watches her disappear behind a barricade. She moves with the strength of someone half her age. She looks down at the dust still trapped between her fingers. Dust. Alright, what else are you getting? To be filed. Let's see, a disciplinary decision draft. Disciplinary action for Vice Admiral Ivan Ivanovich Burakov's violation of military regulations, which is a draft. So, Ivan Ivanovich Burakov, holding the rank of Vice Admiral, currently serves as the commander of Xenos Arms Academy Cavalry Corps. He led forces in Operation Abadan, Operation Baikonur, Cosmodrome, and others during the Storm War, earning numerous commendations for distinguished service. Apply, be clear on merits and demerits, list everything. However, following the third storm, Vice Admiral Burakov deserted his post while on active duty, and subsequently, on multiple occasions without authorization from superior command or consent from the individual, brought a human teacher, Ms. Galina Scratch, apply, redact the name, into Xeno headquarters in Geneva. His conduct raised serious concerns among relevant human authorities, damaged the Cavalry Corps' reputation, and severely undermined peaceful relations between Canis and humans. Reply, unnecessary. Regarding Vice Admiral Ivan Ivanovich Burakov's unauthorized conduct in bringing a human into Xeno Arms Academy, following investigation by the Oversight Team and verification by the Military Discipline Department, the Xeno Arms Academy High Command has determined his actions constitute redacted severe violations of the latest supplementary to Xeno Arms Academy military regulations draft. In light of Vice Admiral Barakov's repeated dereliction of duty and severe disruption of human life, having consecutively received 3 informal warnings, 3 formal warnings, and 3 severe warnings. Xeno High Command has decided to impose cumulative penalties, scratch that, sentence him to suspension without pay for 12 months. Reply, who authorized this? Are you desk officers going to command troops in the field? The Oversight Team will dispatch personnel to supervise the Vice Admiral Barakov's division to ensure compliance with this sentence. Reply, unnecessary, he follows orders. Regarding Vice Admiral Barakov's violation of military regulations, all commanders and soldiers are urged to take this as a warning, strengthen their sense of duty, and strictly uphold Xeno military discipline. So, Xeno Arms Academy Office for signature. Reply, I read it. Too much padding. Redraft for signature. Really? Alright. More clues? Alright, what's it say? Thanks to the efforts of Miss Marcia and Merrill, Mr. Caron recovers. He is currently recuperating in Belgrade. And what else is here? Okay, this will just updates the situation that we're looking into, which we've already saw. Caron's ordeal weighs heavily on Merrill. After the Cavalry Corps marches out, Merrill remains in Belgrade to continue caring for him, which it's kind of sweet. Okay. Mother says the bandits flew a massive plane over the city and bombed it. Awful people, through and through. The church roof was destroyed. Looks like gatherings will have to be held in the square from now on. Misha is practically bouncing with excitement. He says he has never seen such a huge aircraft before. Alec wanted it to crash into the open field ahead so we could turn it into a secret base. I thought about fixing it instead. Taking Mother with me and flying away. Somewhere we would never have to fear bandits stealing our food again. That would be better. Let's see. 2 more dispatches by, let's see. Supplies in the Eastern Front are critically low. You require an experienced individual to formulate an optimal plan for gathering materials. To a nimble veteran. Who knows, Mr. Duncan? Indeed. Alright. Dispatch here. Alright, who else is there? According to the reports from Xeno Command Center, the Eastern Front is suffering from severe shortage of medical professionals to the Roman doctor. Yeah, due to Fairy as well. Indeed, I guess. What did we get? Oh, Charbino. Okay. That should be done. Quiero... How do I say this? Quiero caer duro aquí. I hope I said that right. Xeno still remembers old Duncan. Back when I was stuck in the sanatorium, I used to think someday a big shot from Xeno would come asking for my help. Life sure takes strange turns. Right, back to business. When supplies run short, you improvise. And you get your hands dirty. As long as you can push through, that's a win. My rule is simple. If it works, use it! Ha ha ha! Hold on. Let old Duncan jot down some bright ideas. What? You're hoping for something more scientific and reliable? I mean, you can't really do much with Duncan. Alright. I only tend to people's teeth. I am not a general physician. Seeking my advice is not a wise decision. In wartime, front-time medics possess far more practical experience and skill than I do. Ensuring their personal safety alone would already be an effective solution. I would also do my best to leverage my connections to put Xeno in touch with trustworthy doctors. I mean, it's a nice little thing. Alright, what we got here? Mercy. I really do need to try to get Marcia as well. Oh well. I won't be able to get her as much.
You seem to know a thing or two about trading horses. Impressive. Kids these days don't appreciate riding like they used to. Complaining that the stables stink. Ungrateful brats. Forgotten the foundation of Cossack life, if you ask me.
Meryl brushes her companion absent-mindedly.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with me. He's been a good boy since I met him in...
Andreas lowers his head, breathing warm, wet air against her neck.
Hey, watch it, Andreas.
Meryl scrambles to wipe the damp spot with the back of her hand. The young militiaman laughs.
Look at him. He's your horse, all right. Shame. Thought I'd get to see him shine on the battlefield.
I mean, he is a war horse, but he's not really fond of war. He pats Andreas on the neck and hands the reins to Meryl.
Well, take him away then, before I change my mind.
Meryl nods, leading Andreas away with a solemn air.
Thanks for taking care of him. I'll come clean up the stable for you once the battle's over.
Sure. If we're both alive by then.
The militiaman waves her off.
All right, see you.
A black uniform crashes into her field of vision.
You leaving or what? You know I'm serious about taking Andreas too.
The militiaman had only meant it as a joke, but the reins are thrust into his hands regardless.
I'll be back in a minute.
Who does she see? Meryl holds her breath in an attempt to slow her heartbeat. She can't be spotted.
Black uniforms. But how did they manage to sneak past the militia?
One instinct screams at her to run. Another quieter urge pulls her toward the sound. Each step feels like a wadding through a swamp.
This is fine. You're fine. Just a few Manus soldiers. You don't have to follow them. Just go check if there's a breach in the barricades. You'll just slip past. Easy. No need to fight. And if they spot you, just shapeshift your way out of it.
Hopefully not into a fiddler crab. The ground at the end of the alley is tacky, as if soda had spilled and dried there. Her boots lift with a soft, sticky sound with every step, like a mouse tenderly moving its way through an old blue trap.
What are you doing here?
Marsha! Damn it, Marsha! She spins toward the voice, with her nose collides... And her nose collides with something hard as iron. She scratches her face. Aye!
Yeah. Did anyone ever tell you you're built like a tank, Marsha?
The knight pulls a faded starch handkerchief from her pocket and presses it to Meryl's bleeding nose.
Hold still. The bleeding will stop soon. The militiaman at the stable said you went this way in a hurry. What's wrong? Shouldn't you be with Charon?
Meryl, no time to...
I was going to tell you Charon was awake again, but something's happened. Manus soldiers. They're here. They were gone in a flash, but I saw them go into the alley with my own eyes. That's why I came here. To check if there's something wrong with the fortifications.
You sure it was the Manus, not bandits?
Absolutely. There's no way I'd mistake those uniforms.
This is bad. Good thing you didn't do anything reckless. But what you were doing is more than dangerous enough, don't you think?
Meryl just rubs her nose. Marsha pats her head, then scans the narrow alley Meryl pointed out.
That alley? But the exit has been sealed off. The militia even made sure the windows on the sides were locked tight. It's a dead end.
Crushed moss and lichen lie underfoot. A rarity in the city, but in forgotten corners like this, life will find a way. A scrap of gauze lies in a damp corner.
This blue-black liquid. I think I've seen it seeping from their mask before. And there's blood. Slightly oxidized, but the loss looks heavy. Some of them must be seriously injured.
And why breach in here, indeed?
Smells like carbolic acid. Unusual for the Manus to use it on wounds. They prefer natural salves. You can usually only find disinfectants like this in large medical facilities. Wait. They must have been to one recently.
What? But how?
They must have used some trick to get in unnoticed. But there's little point in dwelling on it now. There are 2 big medical facilities in this district. The nearest one, Pokrov Children's Hospital. And the sanatorium, 2 streets down from here. Meryl, I need you to tell the militia and the Griffons to send men to both locations. The Manus soldiers you saw could be hiding there.
Understood.
What about you? I'll go check on the kids at the children's hospital. I have to make sure they're safe.
Okay. You know what to do.
For Sparta!
The kids at the children's hospital. I've got to get to them before the Manus bring them any harm.
Target 9, I found my target.
For victory!
I have seen to the heart of you.
Sailors, get ready. Our victory comes in a tide of blood.
Now is the time for a shot hit. My sight just I'll target locked down. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out.
I bring you victory, as promised.
Let's see. By a shattered window, a nurse shelters a group of children huddled in a corner, their arms in plaster and their heads bandaged.
Why won't you let the children go? You've already taken all the medicine. What more do you want from them?
Didn't I already explain this to you, human? Bring the newest generation of arcanists back to their rightful home.
If it's a hostage you want, take me instead.
She spreads her slender arms wide behind her, like an umbrella over the children. Her nose is bruised and her lip is split, but her eyes are steady.
You're not worthy of even that, human filth.
The officer lifts his gun and smashes it down on her head in an attempt to force her to her knees. The nurse staggers but stays on her feet.
I won't yield to you, and neither will my children. Soon the riders will come and crush all you invaders.
The officer signals. A masked soldier moves to grab a child.
Don't you dare touch him!
The nurse throws herself forward, knocking the soldier down. She lands blow after blow. Even when her fists are raw and split, even when his mask slips off, she keeps fighting. She doesn't see the pistol aimed at the back of her head.
Nastya!
The shot and the children's cries echo as she falls to the ground in front of them. She dies. Marsha wipes away the useless sweat and tears from the corners of her eyes, grips her trench club, and presses herself into the shadow of a pillar.
Manus Vindictae. They're really here. No signs of children in other rooms. And the adults are all gone. The Manus must have gathered every child they could find in here.
The soldiers in black spread through the hall, kicking down doors and taking even the smallest of supplies. Only one officer stays, his gun still trained on the group of children as he moves toward Marsha's hiding place.
They have been abducting arcanists from the villages. But to think they'd even lay hands on children... Alright. 10 steps away from me. 5, 4, 3...
She lands a heavy blunt strike cleanly on the Menace officer's skull.
Кто ты такой? Don't worry, little ones. I'm a doctor from another hospital. I'll take you to safety. Just stay close to me and follow my instructions, and we will get through this together, alright?
I'm gonna get her. Maybe it's the smell of disinfectant she carries, or that they're accustomed to following a doctor's instructions. The children trust her quickly.
All right. Hey, it's gotten a little quiet, don't you think? We should go check on the boss.
The soldiers halt their search, turning with weapons raised toward their fallen officer.
Come, get inside.
Marsha crouches down and guides the frightened children into a small storeroom behind the stairs. She slips in last, swiftly closing the door as footsteps approach.
Will Nastya be okay?
I think she got domed. Sorry, kid. I am sorry to hear that. Marsha has to answer to this question. She takes off her cloak and drapes it over the children's heads. That sucks, guys.
I need you to stay here in this room and be completely quiet no matter what happens. Like a game of hide and seek. Easy. Can you do that?
Yes.
She rubs their shoulders through the cloak and slows her breathing to steady her own racing heart. Her arcane skill smooths her frayed nerves, returning her focus.
Merrill will bring help soon, but there's no telling how many Manus are here. The best course of action is to hold this room.
Are you in there, sir? We better get going before Zeno and the militia find... Huh? Sir! Sir!
In the shadows, the soldier finds his commander on the floor.
Damn it! Those little brats knocked him out! They can't have gotten far! Search the room!
It doesn't take long for them to find the sealed door.
Door's locked. Call everyone over. We'll smash it open and drag those brats to the ritualist.
The door shudders under a heavy blow. The sound of cracking white ash wood splinters among frantic shouts.
Miss Doctor!
Shh, keep your voice down. We're playing hide and seek, remember? We can't get caught by the baddies.
But I'm scared. And Nastya.
Hey, have you ever heard any stories about knights?
Well, Papa once told me the story of a legendary Kazakh called Ilya.
My brother brought home a book from Moscow. It had 12 knights in it.
I'm sure both stories are wonderful. But I have a story about knights to share as well, and I bet none of you have ever heard it.
It's her order.
What happens in it?
It's a wonderful story too, but you need to promise me you'll stay in this room, and I'll be back soon to tell you all about it. Deal?
Deal. But where are you going, Miss Doctor? You'll come back soon, won't you?
Of course I will. A promise is a promise. Just be good. Every one of you. And wait for me here.
Before the next strike comes, she flings the door open and quickly closes it behind her. She's doing the work. Where is this?
In a secluded monastery perched atop a high, snowy mountain lived a group of mysterious knights. Their swords glittered like gleaming silver when they fought across the frozen fields, their helmets and pauldrons coated in dazzling white frost. One winter, the snow fell heavier than ever before, burying every path in the valley beneath a thick, white blanket. Amidst the snow, a little girl had lost her way. She wandered all night seeking help and shelter, but all she found was the endless void around her. At sunrise, having used every last ounce of her strength, she collapsed, leaving a small hollow in the snow. Just before she froze into a little popsicle, a figure appeared, gleaming even brighter than the pale landscape.
What's this? A girl? Oh, merciful Lord. I thought it only a stray fox. It seems my trip to the valley must be delayed. Come, child. Lean on my back and hold my hands. I shall take you back to the monastery and get something warm in your belly. Worry not. I shan't have you die on me.
Thanks to this kind-hearted knight, the girl survived. To her, the monastery, which nursed her back to health, seemed like an impregnable fortress that even dragons dared not approach. After years of training, the little girl grew to become a capable knight, just like her rescuer that winter night. But then, war. War found its way to their once secluded fortress, and she, along with her fellow knights, was called to the battlefield, forced to fight, and after taking one life after another, doubts began to grow in their hearts. They were welcomed to the glamorous halls of the royal palace and praised for their skills, their slaughter, But for these noble knights, those words were not praise. No. They were wounds to their dignity and honor. We were fighters. Yes. We raised banners and wielded swords, but we weren't... We were never meant to kill.
I hear someone. In that room. Masha, is that you?
We'll know once we blast this damn door down. Come on, men. 3, 2, 1, push!
Oh God! Masha, you're hurt! And all these kids! Hurry! She needs medical help!
Oh, she was injured. Is she injured? Alright, let's see what we got here. Boy, that was a long one, ain't it? Alright, let's check this one. Open channel. A telegram to the Cavalry Corps, Corps headquarters. Subject, enemy nighttime infiltration and assault. Summary, beginning at dawn today, enemy forces infiltrated our southwestern defense perimeter through unknown routes, intending to sabotage rear medical infrastructure. Our forces, with support from Griffin Legion, successfully contained and repelled the infiltrators. Results. The Southern District Medical Supply Warehouse was breached. 25 crates of medical supplies, including morphine and bandages, were confirmed lost. Though the 7th Block Militia Company defending the facility suffered heavy casualties, 59 KIA. The facility is not operational. Eastern part of the Western District. Our counterattack succeeded. With support from Cavalry Corps medical personnel, Pokrovsk Children's Hospital was secure. The following supplies were recovered from the enemy forces: surgical instruments and medications, 33 crates; children's clothing and bedding, winter, 4 crates; medical equipment, 3 crates of incubators, 10 crates of steam inhalers, and other devices. During defensive and counteroffensive operations, the 3rd Street Militia Company sustained 23 KIA. Hospital medical staff sustained 10 KIA. The Foundation medical personnel sustained 1 WIA. Critical. Wounded in action, I believe. Southern part of the Western District. Enemy assault repelled by Igor's Griffin Legion and main militia forces. The sanatorium remains intact. Medical assets and wounded successfully secured. Detailed inventory of recovered supplies is undergoing final verification. Will be submitted with a supplementary report. Current status: city defense elevated to maximum alert. All critical facilities have received reinforcements to security. Request: militia forces urgently require resupply of lost medical materials, particularly in how do you say this? Analgesics and bandages. We respectfully request that Cavalry Corps Command provide material assistance and facilitate logistical support transport. Signed unknown. Okay, then. Alright, Masha, can you hear me? We need to get to a hospital now. We are in a hospital. You, don't just stand there. Take the children to safety. The rest of you, find a doctor. She's lost too much blood. I need some bandages. Damn it. If I come along, then we'd have 2 casualties on our hands. What would Masha do in this situation? Calm down, Meryl. Think. What would Masha do? Are you done? She's bleeding out. What do we do without any goddamn bandages? I've got it. We can make a tourniquet with what we have. Tear these rags into strips first. Yes, like that. Wrap it tightly above the wound. Tie a slip knot. Where's that rubber tube? Secure it. But she's still bleeding. Are you sure we're not killing her? Is that a doctor? The doctor's here. She's saved. Morphine? That was me. I gave her 1 shot. Or maybe 2. What, I shouldn't have? That's how we do it on the battlefield. Please, quiet down for a moment. Masha, you're awake. You're alive. Maybe not for long. Doctor, the critical wound is in the upper left abdomen. About 1/3 up. Roughly half a finger deep. Gunshot wound. Please stop the bleeding at first. And please use anesthesia during surgery. Pay special attention to suture tension and the tendons and protect the nerve endings. I still need to return to the front. God, even like she's a critical condition, she's actually knowing her body well. A bit. She understands her own wounds well. So what we got here? Let me guess. Let's see. Soldiers from the Krutov army infiltrate Belgrade to seize supplies. Miss Marsha rushes to the hospital to protect the children inside, but she encounters an enemy assault and sustains serious injuries. And I think that's all we're gonna get for now. Let's see. Manus Vindictae soldiers within Krutov's fortress infiltrate Belgrade once more, attempting to seize supplies. Marsha risks her life to protect the children from Manus Vindictae soldiers who infiltrated the hospital. By the time reinforcements arrive and drive the enemy back, she is already gravely wounded and slips into a coma. Enemy squads exploit the chaos to infiltrate the city. The remaining Griffin legions engage the enemy and protect the civilians. Right. Okay, is there anything else here? I believe there is. Let's see. The Foundation is secretly planning an important meeting to discuss post-war matters on the Western Front and affairs concerning the Eastern Front. In light of your professional performance in Montpellier and our current cooperative relationship, we request that you discreetly scout the venue and assess its security to the Allied assassin. I mean, I don't regret getting Sentinel at all. I don't regret it. I'm just trying to get Marsha in this too, but it's just like finicky, RNG is ridiculous. This is the venue chosen by the Foundation Superiors. Pardon me? That yawn escaped me. To a gargoyle born in darkness, this is a grand and extravagant setting. From a security standpoint, it has surprisingly few blind spots. If the Montpellier agreement had been signed here, I might not have succeeded. As a secret venue, it is sufficiently secure. Still, if given the choice, that woman church on the Western Front would make me feel safer. Alright, what else is here? Oh, hold on. And of course, upgrades what we just happened. I'm gonna take a break for a bit again, and give this PC a break for a bit. Alright, back from the break, and we're gonna be continuing with 17, the Cavalry. I guess after the deal with the hospital infiltration, I think we're gonna fight.
The enemy's turned tail. Let's ride them down, Sergei.
From the horseback, the rider has a clear view. Upstream to the northeast, a few black figures are fleeing.
They're running? Are you sure?
Sergei pushes through the grass and stands on his tiptoes, straining to see where his comrade is pointing.
Of course I am. The moment those cowards saw us coming, they scattered like scared little rabbits. Left their heavy guns and supplies right where they stood. Wait, where the hell's your horse gone?
Sergei flushes red.
I'm not sure. All I know is something flew right at my forehead, and before I could think, I'd swung my shaushka at it. I don't even know what I hit. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground.
That's one way to end your first charge, Sergei. And to think you are whining about not getting to charge in first. Well, looks like you'll be waiting a while longer.
Hey, wait! Take me up on your horse. I'm not missing out on our victory.
He presses his way through the tall grass, finally reaching his friend's horse.
Stop right there, all of you!
The rider on a tall horse cuts off the chase. The old Cossack sits straight, his goatee trembling as he speaks.
Sasha, Sergei, all of you, stop your pursuit!
But they're on foot. We can still catch them if we go now.
This order comes from the commander himself. So do as I say, or I will haul your disobedient asses straight to his feet.
Fine. But why? You fought all kinds of battles, Yuri. What do you think?
The main force probably hasn't caught up with us. We would be exposed to a counterattack if we move too far ahead.
Yep. You know what they say, those who are drunk of victory will be certain to lose.
But what about the stuff they left behind? Are we just going to ignore it?
For now. It is not like the Ravens will swoop down and snatch them up.
Then, shouldn't we just grab their weapons first and then wait?
We have been fighting for hours. Head back to camp. Catch a breath and a bite to eat while you can. For you and your horse. They will rotate another unit in later, after the scouts confirm whether the front is secure. Let them have the bother of retrieving the enemy's supplies.
What? But we found them first.
And you think that means they belong to you, huh? Are you a Cossack or a bandit?
Sergei freezes.
I'm no bandit.
Then stop thinking like one. Leave the supplies for now. We must return to camp.
But my horse is gone. I need to find him first.
Stop your whining now, Sinok. I spied your horse wandering off toward camp.
What? He ran back without me?
I mean, you thought you're dead. The men at Horse's Rest. They sit and lean against one another, looking weary.
Here, drink this. Or use it to clean your wounds.
The old Cossack moves among the riders with several canteens in hand. He makes his way to a grassy slope.
Hey, watch your step, Dada Yuri. You nearly stepped on my foot.
Sergei rolls over the ground. The old man offers him a canteen.
Here's yours, Sanok. Cleaned it 3 times myself. Drink up and be grateful.
Sergei reaches for it and winces.
I didn't feel anything after I fell off my horse, but now...
That was the adrenaline, buddy. The old cavalryman's goatee twitches. He takes a seat on the grass beside Sergei.
Your first taste of battle. How does it settle with you?
His voice is gentle now, not as sharp or scolding as it was on the battlefield.
Well, it's not what I imagined.
Having seen war for the first time, Sergei's naive excitement has faded.
Everything's different when it's real. Couldn't hold my gun steady. Just fired at everything that moved until my ammo was spent. I'm not even sure I hit anything.
And your shashka, Sergei?
Yeah, I got a few with it. I thought it would be simple, like cutting a knife through bacon. But I could still feel it. How the blade shook when I struck their ribs. The sound as I pulled it out of their chests.
Amid the snores of his countrymen, Sergei keeps his voice low.
I think I'm going to hell after I die, Tete Yuri.
The old Cossack tosses the nearly empty canteen into Sergei's lap.
Boy! What did you do that for? I'm drenched.
To rinse your thoughts. You are a Koldun, remember? You were not allowed into their so-called heaven in the first place. What would heaven look like to you, anyway?
It'd be a place where Balik hangs and rows from the beams, and the air thick with the smell of Tyotushka's chicken and mushroom pies. Every night the beautiful Madame Astacheva would sing. My friends and I used to sneak down to the village square just to catch a glimpse of her, and our horses would roam free on a lush green steppe. And the river would run through its heart. A river that never floods and never runs dry. Oh, isn't that...
He suddenly recognizes what heaven is he's describing.
Yes, the Dawn Steppe. Our eternal homeland. Where we were born, and where we will always belong. So sharpen your shashka and ready your rifle, faithful guardian of heaven. Only we will, only we can protect it.
A firm clap on the shoulder brings him back from his thoughts.
Go for a walk. Practice your aim. And be sure to refill everyone's canteens on your way back.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even sure how old this kid is, Sergei. Mumbling, Sergei takes the canteen and jogs toward the river. Like I mentioned before, in something like this,
How can I become a sharpshooter like Daddy Yuri?
Good eyesight, I guess. Focus. Also, I was gonna say before I interrupted myself, it's like this. Everyone can hear the stories of war, how battles of old were glorified. Like in the old days where everything's just, or like, you know how Spartans fight, right? Like the story of the 300 Spartans and against the entirety of the Persian army. They held the line a lot. And you think that'd be glorious. Until war changes in time and as well the viewpoints of war. You know? It's funny. Sergei lifts his rifle and tilts his head to aim. A moment later, he lowers it, frustrated.
Something's wrong with my stance. If I hold the gun like this, the horse will throw me off again. How does the Colonel do it? She won the Xeno horseback shooting contest 3 times in a row.
He tries again and closes one eye, picturing himself a star on the steppe.
Сядь прямо, Сергей. Расслабь ягодицы. Держи равновесие. Yeah, that's it. I think I've got it now.
A few ants crawl across his sights. Ants?
Hmm?
He rubs his eyes. They're not ants. They're people.
Short! It's Krutov's men! Enemies! Enemies at all!
What the? Sergei's tongue sticks fast into his mouth. What the? Oh.
Look what we found.
Oh shit.
A cartoon.
Oh no.
Those arrogant Xeno fools. How could they assign a gifted arcanist like you to such trivial chores? And so young. Can you even use that thing properly?
Oh. Oh! Oh hell, she used a spell to smell this tongue into his mouth? Oh hell no. That'd be disgusting. Sergei answers the ritualist's taunt with action. Without aiming, he swings his rifle toward the night sky. The resting cavalrymen jump to their feet, their whistles cutting through the darkness as they press their thumbs and forefingers to their lips.
Curse you, children of the great mother of resurrection! Show your devotion to her grand vision and the imminent, brilliant, blank era!
Smart thinking, kid. Can't kill her. Just let your people know. Nice idea.
The waves and we unite as one.
Our systems full agreed our gate locks down.
For victory!
By God's grace.
Keep up the pace. Our victory comes in a tide of blood.
Don't waste your time. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out. Now is the time for repentance. Auschwitz and guilt.
I found my target. Icarus, eyes on the target.
The enemies of peace shall be stamped out.
A worthy victory. But the fight is far from over.
Gunsmoke filters night as the every night, every 5 bursts, the maximum relay distance for cavalry field radios, the steppe is torn by gunfire and cries of men and horses. Let me read this before. Yeah, gunsmoke filters the night as dawn breaks, okay? I didn't even pay attention.
Thought you'd outflank me from the left bank and cut off my supply line? Ivan Ivanovich, I almost thought better of you. Even in this era, cavalry have outlived their use.
Not far off, a Manus ritualist counts the night's catch, murmuring steadily to herself.
11, 12, 13 arcanas in total. But the unit we sent into the city has gone silent. Already dead, likely.
The ritualist seems pleased. She nods and curls a finger. An invisible chain seems to clamp around his neck. Sergei and 12 other captive arcanists are wrenched forward. A deep cold starts to creep up Sergei's legs.
Huh?
He looks down. The earth has frozen hard from a chill conjured from thin air. It has glued his boots in place.
What's the meaning of this, Krutov?
Krutov straightens his cuff, looking annoyed.
You sent Manus soldiers into Belgrade without my consent. This is far from the cooperation I was expecting.
To be absolutely clear, General, Manus Vindictae soldiers are not under your command. You insisted on diverting your main force to attack Igor, seriously disrupting our efforts in the region. Do you call that cooperation? Those atrocious flying witches are flitting around, destroying our rights as we speak. And I won't even speak of the Arcanus we could have recruited if it weren't for the battles you sparked.
Soon, my army will reach the Cavalry Corps' siege. Igor will be forced out of his hole, his pathetic life will end, and his so-called legion will crumble. As for the rest of them, they're beneath concern. The Dawn will soon be under my control. After that, you can do whatever you want here. Of course, our victory could be brought about even sooner with that gateway. Just open it and teleport my men directly into the siege.
Gate.
It cannot be done until you pass the mask trial and earn the right to enter it.
Ah, these masks. A convenient excuse to undermine me. If you refuse to scratch my back, don't expect me to scratch yours. My army will achieve victory. With or without your cheap tricks.
Pray, do as you please, General. Now, would you allow me to return these Arcanus to her embrace?
Gurtov sniffs and waves a hand. The frozen ground holding the prisoners begins to thaw.
Deal with the injured humans while you're at it. They're no use to me.
So his arcane power is ice, I believe.
My pleasure.
The ritualist pulls a bottle of smelling salts from her sleeve.
Blow till thou rust thy wind.
Bitter powder scatters on the wind, swirling and twisting among the captives. Blood boils in their veins, their eyes, hearts, and minds tuning into a strange rhythm. Sergei's thoughts have never been so clear. A wild excitement grabs him by the neck, willing him to turn toward his captured commander. The ritualist's arcane skill strangles the scream in Sergei's throat. His face contorts, his eyes bulging red, and as if possessed by something. In the red haze, his friends, his family, even his heaven all fall away. The hell? Nice visuals, but what the hell? Nice visual, but what the hell? What is this now? No advancement in biotechnology shall come out at the cost of researcher safety. Precosma 3 extract and its preparation method. So, projectile Precosma 3 extract and its preparation method. Okay. This project concerns the Precosma tree extract. How do I say this? Precrasmine and its preparation period. Precrasma is a delicious decadus medicinal tree found in both wild and cultivated settings. Its roots and fruits possess medicinal value, with the primary active extract being a fat-soluble resin. The primary pharmaceutical agent in Precrasma is Precrasmin, if that's how you pronounce it, which activates cell populations throughout Arcanus' brains and bodies and has shown no observed dependency effects. The Laplace Scientific Computing Center Medical Technology Division has included it in the Pharmacopoeia. The experimental findings indicate that the standardized Precrasma extract, Precrasmin, exhibits toxicity to tissue cells in both the brain and body of individuals with less than 1/4 arcane lineage. This toxic response may correlate with specific metabolic dysfunctions in such populations. Single high-dose administration or prolonged intake of Precrasmin carries a significant risk of severe cardiac failure. Consequently, this project findings must not be applied to general potion development and are strictly prohibited for use in pharmaceuticals intended for humans or mixed blood humans. Technical content. To achieve the project's technical objectives, primary extraction procedures are outlined below. A process flow diagram is attached. 1. TO sorting. 2. Washing. 3. Drying. 4. Grinding. 5. Primary purification. 6. Filtration. 7. Concentration. 8. Drying and grinding. 9. Secondary purification. 10. Concentration and pulverization of secondary extract. Jesus. The attached diagram illustrates the process flow for this project. Examples. The preparation method and procedures outlined in this project must strictly comply with regulations issued by the Pact Security Council and must not be applied to pharmaceutical... Okay, it's already said this. Alright, let's look at this. Unfortunately, Sergei is now captured. After the city's disturbances have quelled, Sergei's squad begins pursuing the patrol team in Kurtov's army, but falls into an ambush set by a Manus ritualist, resulting in the capture of the entire squad. Okay, we've already seen you again and again. Why you be mentioned? Again, I didn't even see the stars here. I guess he's hostile towards you. Ally with you, I guess. Neutral, I guess. Let's see what else we have here. Alright, the events. So Cavalry Corps detachment pursues enemy forces, but runs into an ambush. Kurtov and the Ritualist clash over the terms of the cooperation. After a heated argument, the Ritualist compromises, and Kurtov tactically allows her to deal with the prisoners in her own way. So there is some conflict with how things will be handled. We caught those bumpkins on horseback in no time at all. Ridiculous, really. They have no idea what Manus Vindictae is capable of. The Ritualist will make sure they suffer properly. Having said that, this mask is a nightmare to wear. I can barely see at night, and the constant whispering makes it impossible to sleep. The black liquid leaking from it, whether it is water or oil, I cannot tell, soaks straight through the uniform. Everyone washes their clothes in that river. At this rate, the water will turn black sooner or later. Yeah. Okay, so they've attacked the camp as well, their camp as well. Indeed, yes. Alright. What's this now? Alright. The third right lies on the western side of the Upper Dawn. Unlike previous, it is guarded by a small number of Manus Vindictae soldiers. The Flying Witches eliminate them all. According to further communication from the Timekeeper, the Flying Witches are currently dismantling the rights established by Manus Vindictae across the Eastern Front, acting on intelligence provided by the Rebel Admiral. This global operation is expected to resolve the Golden Family affecting the region. During the Cavalry Corps' operations, the Timekeeper will also assume responsibility for the part of the communications between the Corps and Xeno Command Center. The Flying Witches reach the mountainous region southeast of the Dawn and successfully dismantles the Fourth Right. As the operation progresses smoothly, some members begin to lower their guard, but Lilia issues a timely warning. The Manus Ritualist notices that the rights set along the Dawn are being destroyed one by one. Combined with reconnaissance reports from Krutos' army, they prepare to intercept the forces responsible. Okay. So... Right. Alright, the Pale Horse. Alright, we're getting the airtime. The flight unit makes a slow descent as they circle above the plains. Their temporary captain remains lost in silent thought.
There was nothing at the coordinates Igor sent us. Do you think he lied to us, Lieutenant?
Those in the air sense the changes in weather before the creatures of the earth do. A sharp wind sends a shiver through their ranks.
The weather's gotten colder every time we destroy the right. I don't see why she'd only trick us with the last sight. Then what's going on? You can't move rights around, can you? Beast meat. How's everyone holding up? If it's too cold, we can fly low until we get on some extra layer.
They've been waiting for those words. The white-clad witches immediately lower their altitude. Until they get shot. Her mouth falls open, her eyes wide as blood gushes from the hole blasted in her neck. Her aircraft spirals out of control, flinging its lifeless pilot from its back. Well, ambush. Lilia plunges into a near vertical dive, catching the falling witch before she hits the ground. I mean, she is dead.
Alpha 1 and 3, break formation and stay low. Flush out the shooter. Get a grip. The rest of you. Alpha 4, 5, and 6, pull up and stay out of range of those rats on the ground.
Lieutenant!
Alpha 4 circles low, igniting the dry riverside reeds and revealing the black-clad forces hidden among them.
The Manus are gaining on us!
Lilia crouches and gently closes her wingmate's eyes. She grabs Red 38 and stands, the fire of the burning reeds blazing in her eyes.
Good. They can watch as I tear them apart piece by piece.
And no one misses one of the birds. How dare you kill one of the birds? Unfortunately, I don't have
The race and we unite as one. I found my target.
For victory!
By God's grace. Keep up the pace. Our victory comes in a tide of blood.
Find your mark.
A shot hit. Now is the time for repentance. My sanction.
Agreed.
I'll show you. Target locked down. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out.
The way forward requires a determined heart to resist temptation.
She wipes the blood from her cheek, warm and red, from a pilot who had just moments ago been scratching her head in bewilderment. A whole life lost, just like that. The flying witches descend, landing nearby.
Lieutenant.
A faint light returns to her dull, weary eyes.
Take her to Belgrade along with Alpha 5. We'll bring her home once the battle's over. The rest of us will keep looking for the last ride. Mission's clear. The Manus must be stopped. I want everyone watching for threats from the ground at all times. We can't let this happen again.
She watches as the team forms up and rises again.
Сука, ебать!
Only when they disappear into the clouds does she let out a deep sigh, her back sinking as she buries her face in her hands.
Hey, Capitan.
Are you alright, Lilia? Sonetta and I have been trying to contact you for the past hour.
Sorry. Manus rats kept me busy. About 42 miles southeast of Belgrade, my squadron was ambushed by the Manus. Alpha 2 didn't make it.
My condolences.
Let me see the tactical map. Yeah, I think that's the flying witch's square right there. I keep forgetting to check the tactical map. A heavy grief and anxiety hangs between them, the silence only deepened by the moaning wind outside.
We've got some bad news of our own. Around midnight, the command post lost contact with the frontline cavalry. We haven't heard anything from Belgrade either.
Scouts reported flares upriver. There may yet be survivors. A flight unit's eyes would tell us for certain.
I'm on it. What about the city?
Igor stands up from the sand table.
My soldiers are responsible for the city's defense. I will go there myself to assess the situation.
You promised to stay in the Sich, Igor.
A promise I intended to keep. But as you can see, we are struggling on multiple fronts, and our enemy remains hidden. We all know this coalition's collapse is imminent. We must act.
After a beat, the commander speaks.
I'll lend you a horse.
Appreciate it, but I will need more than that.
What is it?
This.
Igor reveals the arcanum-suppressing runes on his arm.
Always offering a devil's bargain. Another clause in that twisted code of yours?
The static from the communicator fades, leaving the tent in a dreadful silence.
Not thinking of playing with your fireflies again, are you? Beregrad is unlike that battlefield. Tens of thousands have stayed in the city. Raining fire from above will do us no good.
No.
He looks down at the jar in his hand. The fireflies inside flicker and flutter.
I will take action only at the right time and place. Our goals remain the same, to win this battle for everyone.
My horse, Sternova.
Commander.
She silences herself, furrows her brow, and leaves. The commander turns to Igor with a wry smile and taps the table with his knuckle. Igor places his arm on the spot. With a drawn dagger, Ivan pricks the rune-inscribed skin. The blade glows with arcane energy, flickering like a candle in a draught.
That horse has carried me for years.
Blood wells up, flowing over taut muscle, but the hand holding the knife feels no pity.
Steady, brave, a loyal companion. Give the command and he will charge into hell.
The cold steel warms with blood as the gentle neigh of war horses reaches their ears.
But he's not used to the water beyond the steppe. Make sure you bring him home.
I keep forgetting that we're still in a war in this story. Alright. Anything new for the strategic box? Let's see. During the Cavalry Corps combat operation, the Timekeeper assumes the responsibility. You already know this one. Flying witches arrive at the coordinates of the final right and finds the area empty. As confusion sets in, the unit was ambushed. One member is shot down, and casualties are sustained. All contact on both sides is cut off. Alright, we'll dispatch here. The intelligence provided by Igor has proven accurate, except for the final right. The flight unit has sustained casualties, and the location of the last right remains unknown. We require external support. From the Witches Liaison to Western Mercenary. Of course it's gotta be Arcus. Of course it had to be Arcus. It had to be her, no matter what. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? Alright, let's see what else is here. Of course, contact is lost simultaneously on with both the front line battlefield and rear area towns. Flying witches were ambushed. Yeah. So letters home from the flying witches. Mother, father, I did it. I passed the selection trials for the St. Pathlon Foundation's new unit. I actually made it. It turns out it's a flying witches unit. Can you believe it? I get to ride a flying broomstick and soar through the skies. Just like that, free as the wind. Oh, and they are still preparing my service number. I promise I will give it everything I have and make you all proud. Your daughter, Arya. What was her service number? It better not have been Alpha 2. Oh my goodness, my memory is bad. Alright. Let's see, what does Argus say? Oh, a big commission from the Foundation. If you're looking for someone, give me a personal item belongs to the target. If you're hunting arcane rats, fragments will do. Anything marked with the rat. Soil, scraps of paper, blow it to bits, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter? Let me take a look. This is... Are you sure what you're looking for is a rat? From where I stand, this rat seems to have grown legs. You've got a real problem on your hands. So this rite has something to do with movements. So this fauna rite is on the move. It's a mobile ritual rite. It better not be one of those things like a Baba Yaga thing. You know, like a house with chicken legs on it. I don't know if it's gonna be a house with chicken legs. I mean, this is this is Russia we're talking about, or at least somewhere in central Russia, I think. It better not be a walking house that contains the last rite, or at least, God, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Yep. Back into the Amber Room, huh? They all know this aged face. He is the one who brought the gunfire and the one who now guards them. The militia allows Igor to pass, even guiding him to where the Griffins are now quartered.
I'm glad to see you still remember Xeno's teachings, Ptolemy. When facing a bombardment, we move all vulnerable units under...
Silence. A row of bodies under white sheets. On each pair of eyes rest 2 sugar cubes pressing their lids shut. Ptolemy sits behind them, shrouded in a dark shadow.
Father.
How did they die?
His son stares at the ground, unwilling to show his face. Only his trembling hands betray his emotion.
Here's a written report. For your review, Admiral.
Igor does not take the bloody papers.
I will hear it from him. Raise your head, Ptolemy. Tell me your course of action as the commander of the city operation.
He speaks calmly, but it sends a chill through the room.
Yes. Around 1600 hours yesterday, we coordinated with the militia and Cavalry Corps to eliminate several Manus infantry squads that had infiltrated the city.
You already reported that during our last communication, and after the signal was jammed?
I dispatched an ad hoc squad to investigate the source of the signal interference. 5 Arcanist infantry troopers and 2 technicians. Yaroslav Levchuk was the squad leader.
What else did you order them to do?
His father has torn away the veil. While shame burns Ptolemy's face, fear freezes his words.
I ordered them to sneak into the forest to find traces of Krutov at any cost. And then 6 corpses were delivered to the entrance of our base.
You allowed yourself to be blinded with hatred, Ptolemy. How can I entrust you with the Griffin Legion if you can't maintain a steady hand?
I know, Father. I made a grave mistake. I will accept whatever punishment you see fit.
He pauses. The ache in his left eye socket betraying a resentment rarely shown in front of his father.
But Krutov... I saw him! He was right there, hiding in the woods. I was so close I could see that arrogant sneer of his. Hear the incessant classical music playing from his tent. You know what he did to me. To us.
Was he the one that took your eye? What is this?
Every time I hear that wretched name, my eye aches with unbearable pain.
Jesus. Let me see. Okay. Looks like they're both sides here, I think. A strange ceiling, a sharp throbbing pain, half the world has gone dark.
Medic! Medic! I need morphine!
They just gave you some, Ptolemy.
Boldir! What happened? Did our convoy hit a booby trap?
No, not a booby trap. Enemies disguised as civilians were lurking by the farms you passed through. No one expected them to be hiding explosive blaze-fused cylinders beneath their clothes.
Right. I remember. My eye. When will it be healed?
Yeah, it ain't gonna be healed, boy.
The retina in your left eye took a severe burn in the explosion. I'll see to it that you recover as much as possible. For now, just rest.
He understands what this means. He'll have to learn to fire from his other shoulder.
Is Captain Krutov all right? We were in the same car.
He only suffered a mild concussion, thanks to you. I doubt he would have survived if you hadn't pushed him off in time. You should sleep, brother. I'll ask the medic to increase your dosage.
Ptolemy grips her arm tightly.
Did we win?
Of course. Father's strategy was effective as always.
We destroyed the enemy command post. We took Sector 4 decisively.
Good. You need to rest too, Molly. And don't send for the medic. I don't need morphine anymore. As we left Antarctica, I saw the documents those traitors tried to steal from your bag. I learned what Krutov did. Staging an assassination on himself.
Really?
Making it look like an enemy ambush.
Wow.
Just to pressure the Foundation into approving the use of high-risk arcane weapons. Killing me was part of his plan all along. I only survived because the assassin hesitated when I tried to save him. Father, why did you keep this from me?
Anger would only cloud your judgment, as proved with your actions. You will have your revenge, an eye for an eye, I promise you.
Literal.
But now, you must bear responsibility for your mistakes and honor the sacrifice of your brothers. They gave up past glory, identity, and every proof of their existence for us, entrusting the future into my hands. Do you not remember what I told you after leaving São Paulo? No more meaningless sacrifices. We don't leave anyone behind. You speak with my voice. You should remember this more than anyone.
I will, Father.
Ptolemy touches the bandage over his burning eye socket and nods, willing himself to remain steady.
What's that noise?
That's what I've been trying to figure
I
out.
thought communications were severed after Krutov's assault.
I've been hearing that stinking noise ever since I got into this little cinematic here.
We managed to re-establish a signal. It's been up nearly half an hour, but the only thing it's picked up is some bizarre enemy frequency. The operators think it's some form of interference intended to jam our signals, so they've muted it.
You mean this noise is a signal from Krutov's army? From Manus Vindictae?
You could have just traced it?
Well, in theory, yes.
Bring it up and unmute it. Now.
Yes, sir.
He cuts all the jamming signals at once and turns the volume to its maximum. The enemy radio station crackles to life, with faint gunfire sounds in the background.
Falcon 6 calling the nest. Falcon 6 calling the nest. This is the 45th call. Please respond. Huh? What? Is it connected? Command, do you copy?
We read you loud and clear. This is your commander. Report your status.
He can't be this stupid. The soldier on that end cannot be this stupid. Like, he really cannot be this stupid. Doesn't recognize his own commander's voice. Let's see. Throughout their conflicts with Krutov's army, the Cavalry Corps remains on the defensive, blinded by his hatred. Ptolemy worsens the situation. Igor, however, sees something on the battlefield that gives him a slight advantage. Krutov was once a support. Okay, right, I read that. Even while he served under Igor, Krutov had big ambitions. He once staged an assassination attempt on the Griffin Legion to achieve his own goals, making him an enemy of Ptolemy as a result. Let's see. During a past assassination attempt, so we found out how he lost his left eye, for protecting Krutov, then learns the truth behind the attack and becomes blinded by revenge, leading poor judgment in the battle. So this dude staged an assassination attempt to force the Foundation to approve some high-risk weapons. In the end, he just made an enemy of this guy that took his left eye. I mean, weird as frick. Weird as heck. Alright, let's see. Gold Soldier Shedrin. Kampiv was sent to a rear hospital to recover after being shot in the lung. I still owe him 50 rubles. He hasn't once pressed me to pay him back. Demyan lost an arm in an explosion. At the time, he was in the trench, getting ready to bring bread and drinks to the others. The Admiral passed me a condolence letter. I want to return to the front and keep following him. I want to drag this leg of mine to visit Kampiv and Demyan. I miss those good old days. Yeah, we all miss the good old days, huh? So Igor personally returns to Belgrade to confirm the status of his missing units. He discovers that Ptolemy, acting on impulse, issued a faulty order that led to the complete annihilation of an ad hoc tactical squad. A Griffin Legion detachment is ordered to infiltrate the woods outside Belgrade to gather intelligence on the enemy commander. Their route is exposed, and the bodies of fallen soldiers are later returned by the enemy. I mean, that's a shame. Like, it's just low. So, nothing else here? Nothing else here. Alright. I hope this might be the last part as well. I mean, I looked at the little quest missions here. Might as well, right? 22nd part should be the last part, I believe, but who knows?
Good to hear your voice, Admiral.
Is that... Levchuk? You're still alive?
This is urgent. Enemy forces are marching toward the southern bank. Their armored convoy has already reached Samarovka. There are at least 2 armored divisions and 1 infantry division, plus 3 artillery regiments.
Roger. Good work.
So it was one of his soldiers. Cool. The man on the other end collapses to the floor with relief. The gunfire in the background sharpens. Igor hopes it's just his mind playing tricks on him.
Report your position, Staff Sergeant. A squad will be sent to your rescue immediately.
A long silence follows, then a soft laugh. The gunfire grows closer, unmistakably so. Bullets seem to be tearing right past the receiver.
Have you secured your retreat?
Commander, I, Staff Sergeant Yaroslav Levchuk, have successfully completed my task.
Ptolemy pushes his way to the speaker.
What are you saying? God damn it! Don't you die on me! I'm coming to bring you back right now!
Stop causing trouble for the Admiral. You hear, Ptolemy?
Artillery begins to drown out the Staff Sergeant's voice.
It has been a true honor serving under you, sir. I have no regrets.
As the gunfire swells, the signal is cut off, along with the heavy breathing of their comrade.
Reorganize the troops, Ptolemy. All units save the anti-air squads are to evacuate from Belgrade.
Evacuate Belgrade? To where? The safe house?
No. To the Cavalry Corps siege. We will make Krutov return everything he stole from us.
Ouch. Let's see. Okay, so they're all the Griffin Legion are just going towards the siege. The Griffins bring the worst news. The commander swallows his grief and feeds the casualty list to the coals. In the solemn silence of the siege, he has already made his decision.
Samarovka is the keystone of Krutov's plan. If it falls, Belgrade will face a formidable Arcanist force with armored vehicles. If only we had cut off their supply lines.
The Legion can launch a raid from inside Samarovka. They won't see it coming.
Even if your griffins could strike the enemy undetected.
The chief of staff paces the length of the sand table for the 3rd time.
They won't hold long if Krutov keeps getting supplies and reinforcements. We have to cut them off. But how?
I saw plenty of soldiers standing out by their horses. Couldn't they...
Они же всего лишь дети!
Starnova slams her hands on the table, scattering the markers.
All the grown men rode out in the first sortie. Most of them lied about their age. Just trying to get a good meal. Their hands haven't even been toughened by the rains yet. They're boys, not soldiers.
Sabina.
The commander pats her back and rushes her out of the tent. It was worse in World War I, you know. The boys stand in their oversized uniforms, rifle straps digging into their thin shoulders, shotgun scabbards dragging against their soft legs. They stand quietly, their throats working under tight collars. Their silence suppresses her anger.
Do you understand what you're facing? In all likelihood, You'll die on the battlefield. You'll never see home again.
Don't take me for a kid, ma'am. I'm a Cossack, like my brother, sister, and my parents before me.
Ura! The blood of the Cossacks, of heroes, runs through me.
We may be young, but our blood is strong. No Cossack fears the battlefield. If it means losing a hand, a leg, or even our lives, we'll do anything, make any sacrifice to protect our homeland.
Those familiar words strike her deep.
See, Igor? These soldiers will drive those masked lunatics from the steppe. Her future rests with the young. We old-timers have no right to shape this era.
The commander, eyes red, looks over these thin shadows.
Hail me, great riders of this steppe! Will victory be ours today?
Победа будет за нами!
Мы выгоним этих безумцев из нашего дома!
Unbroken voices rise like the flow of the dawn in spring, crashing into every corner of the Sich. The commander looks back, meeting the heavy gaze of the rebel leader.
Igor, this is our last chance.
His hands are noticeably quivering. But no one blames her for it. Let's see what else we have here. Alright, is it the grandma again? No. The chief of staff has never looked this troubled. She even forgot to remove her spurs when she entered the room. Salute. Of our fallen soldiers been given proper burials. Yes, each company held funerals with family farewells and rifle salutes. As you instructed, nothing grand, but they can rest in peace now. And those little... I can't even... How do you... I'm not sure how I can pronounce that. I'm just not gonna say it. Following the veterans around for bread. How did you handle them? Were they all sent away? I need to report a more difficult matter, Commander. During our screening, we found that if we gather all the child soldiers, they could form 3 cavalry companies. Our old soldiers protected them well. Emery died taking bullets for the kids in a squad, a heroic death. I knew Emery. He was the quartermaster in Murray's company, wasn't he? I pinned medals on him 3 times. Captain Murray also fell in the last battle. Commander, should we discharge all the underage soldiers? If we send them home, they might live longer. For them, and for all the Emerys in our army, that may be the best choice. But with the golden famine here, does anyone have a home to return to? You're right. Many folks along the Dawn have already... Where are the children Emery protected? I'd like to speak with them. They are rallying other new recruits to petition to stay. They say they want to stay in the cavalry to avenge the veterans. Very well. Let them stay. All of these little... Boktoyu. I can't say this. If they want to help the cavalry, transfer them to logistics. They can care for them for the war horses. Thank you, Commander. I understood. I'll ensure strict supervision. As for revenge, as long as these old horses are still around, the foals can stay out of it. Alright. So, to defend their homeland, the remaining young Cavalry Corps members choose to embrace the risk of death and follow their commander into the coming operation. One survivor from the destroyed detachment successfully infiltrates the enemy camp and delivers a crucial intelligence to the Griffin Legion Admiral, completing his mission in his final moments. So there was a survivor, and he did gain intelligence, but I guess he was already found out, and well, yeah. So obtains intelligence at a great personal risk and transmits it to the Allied rear using the information of the Griffin Legion. Okay. So he used the Emery's radio to try to contact the Admiral, which is pretty good. Miss Radio's here, apparently. Thank you for tuning and maintaining the equipment. I can receive signals from much farther away now, and far more clearly. Oh, it's Elizabeth. I forgot I have her. I only handle on-site after-sales support, but as long as everything's working smoothly, that's what matters. Doing occasional field work has its merits. It lets you see the outside world and how it's changing. You're right. Maybe we'll even make a few new friends. Speaking of which, I happen to have a disc with a recording of Voyager playing violin. Want to give it a listen? There are 10 minutes and 30 seconds until the next battle reports come in. You've got plenty of time to take a short break. Yeah, Dora's side indeed. I can feel someone calling me for a bit, so I'll be right back in a few moments. Alright, just got back here, and what I'm going to see here on part 21, it looks like that's a tank. No doubt about it, that is a tank. Like, I'm seeing it. That's a tank. Whatever. The Admiral and his men. Heavy armor rolls into Tomarovka through the river's shallows. Treads grind the village's stone road to dust. The heat from the machine scorches the old willows by the bridge, following a rush of wind peeling ash from them. Sergei and the other captive Arcanists are being marched into the village by the Manus ritualist. Those who fought now feed the frozen earth. Silence and obedience reign.
Hey, what are you looking around for?
As the guns rumble past, the older captive hisses at Sergei. Despite the ritualist's brandishing of her whip close behind, Sergei strains to look as they pass near his uncle's house.
I'm from this village.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, don't say things like that. I'm sure most of the villagers fled to the city before all this happened.
Of course. She latches at Sergei's back, tearing flesh. Blood runs down the grooves of the whip, coating the inscriptions in a shimmering scarlet glaze.
Keep quiet.
The pain renders him silent. The blood-stained runes sever his link to Numa, sending his arcane mind crashing to the ground and intensifying the pain. The older Arcanist supports him. They bend low together, another solid pocket in the procession. Krutov steps out from an armored car, a heavy frown on his face.
I need hands to clear this sludge from the riverbank, or it'll slow our advance. Put some of these captured Arcanists to work. Understand?
It would be my pleasure, General, but I'm afraid they'll be of little use. Per your previous command, I have yet to put them through her benevolence's trial.
She glides her thumb over the whip's ridges, the coagulating blood smearing over the grain. She touches the inscription slowly, reverently, as if to confirm the channeling of some sacred affliction.
And to avoid complications, I've prayed for her blessing to ensure their Numa remains completely dormant.
Then where on earth are you taking them?
Oh, just a small trip to the wilderness to harvest some hawthorn twigs, red carnations, holly leaves, and, if possible, a few devil's finger mushrooms. If you need to hasten the march, I could provide you a shortcut by freezing part of the river.
You know such a skill?
It's no great feat, really, but it comes at a small price. The soil we stand on will be utterly infertile for 3 years. So, do you wish to drain the life from this place?
As if I'd give a damn about some pitiful village.
Krutov lifts his chin to signal the ritualist to act.
We've already eliminated most of the Xeno cavalry, but their remnants will likely attempt to regroup and make another attack. We must take the battle to them before they get the chance. Let the river freeze, and we will carve it as Igor's tomb.
She smiles a yes. As the whip is cracked, the air tears with a shriek. A flight of pointed hats splits the clouds above, the trails streaming like banners.
It's screwed up! I spotted the bastard!
Get him. Lilia dips her broomstick, the formation tightens into a sharp arrow behind her.
To me, Alpha Team. Target confirmed at 3 o'clock from the dead tree at the bridge. Weapon pod!
The flying witches lower their goggles and dive where the white shooting stars over the mouth. Like white shooting stars.
Let's blow them to hell!
Raven 3 Pyro Drake Phlogiston incendiaries rain down on the Manus forces.
What?
After a brief pause, flames pour from the fire dragons crawling into the armored cars through their observation ports. The black cage is engulfed in seconds. The glow illuminates the bloody faces of the captives. After a stunned moment, they break free for the open land and like wolves fleeing a burning forest.
The captives are getting away!
An officer fires at their backs. The whip gashes illuminated by the flames as they make their desperate bid for freedom. Some fall, while others stumble onto the outskirts of the village.
Don't waste your bullets.
Kurtov raises a hand, stopping the masked officer. He looks up at the white specks fading into the clouds.
There are only a few of these flying pests. Call the air units to take them down.
Where's the rest of your army?
Kurtov points toward the hazy outline of the city in the distance.
They're marching on Beregrad as we speak.
If you want to capture Tamarovka, why not concentrate your forces?
Over half the Xeno cavalrymen are gone. When my men storm the city, they will crumble at my feet, and Igor will be mine.
Let's hope everything goes as smoothly as you say. I'll be taking my leave now.
The arrogance. The officer turns, his foot sinking into soft false earth.
What's this?
A Baba Yaga ritual. Step away from it.
A Baba Yaga ritual. How come I knew about this?
You.
I called it.
It's been a long time, Krutov.
Oh, he comes
Charging
in.
head first, alone, into the wolf's den. Your tactical brilliance continues to astound. You haven't changed a bit, my friend. Arrogant and ignorant in equal measure.
Yo, we just come in.
Alone? I'm afraid not. Meet my new allies.
Ooh. Look at this. Epical, epic right here. He and the commander find sheriff's firm. Dude. Ura! Ura indeed. The boys rear their horses, their shakshas, and voices raised high to the sky. The cavalry splits, charging down the clear paths leading out of the village. Their guns, blades, and hooves shatter the Manus forces. I can't believe she said Baba Yaga ritual. It is a teleportation, isn't it? You're serious? Igor's arcane skill is that of Baba Yaga? Really?
They're heading to...
As a former member of the Sentinel unit, it takes him only a moment to grasp Igor's tactic.
They're going to cut us off! Third Company, stop those riders at once!
Griffins, pin down the Manus infantry!
Oh, Lieutenant Ptolemy.
Kurtov smiles a cool smile, as if mocking a cub that has overestimated its strength.
I hope you're not suffering too much from the pain where your eye should be.
Fuck, traitor!
What you just said? A bloody shotgun cuts through the air.
Fuck, traitor!
I really hate it when it just cuts it there, but still.
Hold back, Ptolemy. It's not time yet.
Hold on, that's his new look right there. That is awesome.
Yes, Father.
Ptolemy's surrender whitens Kurtov's grin. He treads on the pride of his former squadmate with almost gleeful mockery.
Oh, what a pitiful boy. Can't even hold his gun steady without Daddy's help.
Okay, enough. You're on your hind legs. Another blade stops just 3 inches from Kurtov's chest.
I know you've been dying to kill me, Krutov. Now's your chance.
Yeah. Get him, man. Get him, Igor. I mean, yeah. Still, I still want to know what the safe haven would be. But oh well. Are you back, Steppe? Alright, let's go.
I found my target.
For victory!
I've seen to the heart of you.
Sailors, get ready. Our victory comes in a tide of blood.
Eyes on the target.
A shot hit. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out.
Just like that.
My psyche.
I found.
That was certainly a
Now
choice.
is the time for repentance.
Find your mark.
So he's not taking damage.
Now! This
Have I started you?
Not taking any damage, huh?
A shot hit. Now is the time for repentance.
Not to cast something?
I hope. Agreed.
The gate locks down.
Close your eyes. It will all be over soon.
Of course, we'll have to make it to a certain point of the
hunt begins.
Very well.
Icarus, eyes on the target.
A shot hit.
The ground's shifting.
Everyone, stay back. You've grown weak, Igor. You don't deserve the reverence you once held. Look, even the land itself turns on you.
Oh, what the hell?
Worry not, hero.
I mean, we got it in the end, but damn.
Battles have little meaning, save for the price.
I mean, damn. I mean, really? Damn. Alright. Alright, let's look at this real quick. Hang on a second. Alright. Let's see. So using intelligence obtained at the cost of Griffin's soldiers' lives, Igor learns about Krutov's movements. Igor uses his arcane skill to teleport himself and his soldiers into the heart of the enemy formation, confronting Krutov's army directly in a final battle. So he does have an arcane skill that lets him teleport, not only him, but his men as well. Alright, so everyone's just converging into Damarovka, which I think it's likely the final battle, I think. Circle my brain. Alright, let's look. With the aid of Igor's arcane skill, Ivan leads the Cavalry Corps in a sudden thrust into a center of the battlefield, launching a surprise attack on Krutov's supply lines. Again, let's see. Yeah, surprise assaults. As Krutov's forces advance there near Damarovka, they are suddenly ambushed by the Cavalry Corps, teleported into the battlefield by Igor's arcane skill. Realizing Igor's attention, Krutov immediately orders his troops to counterattack. And yes, the flying witches spot Krutov and his forces on the battlefield and launch an aerial bombardment, which I could have done so. Let's see the period details. Yeah. I didn't even click those, though. Alright. Alright, let's see. It looks like a center of a crop field, I think. LG for the Dawn. I hope this is a boss fight as well. I'm not too sure myself. But we'll find out. I think this might be a boss fight. Who knows? I think that either Krutov's going to be forced to take the mask and undergo the ritual. Red Willow that was watched over the Cossacks for over a century lies fractured. The ground that should have been firm and warm turned to a sticky mire, trapping Igor by the legs. Blood courses through his already throbbing veins as the power borrowed from Baba Yaga puts an almost unbearable burden on his mixed blood arcanist body. So he is a mixed.
You've grown stronger.
Pinned like a hunted beast, he can only watch as the enemy commander approaches.
Admiral Igor.
Krutov stops a few paces away.
Still catching your breath from the teleport ritual?
Igor only glares, his chest heaving. Krutov knows this proud old lion will not plead, not even in his last moments.
Don't worry. I'll soon put you out of your misery. But first, answer me one question.
He cocks his gun, lining it up between Igor's eyes.
Back when we were chained in the Bone Garden, you saved us. What deal did you make with Baba Yaga, the old hag of death, to free us from slavery? Or rather, what did you trade for those extraordinary powers that even Arcana was willing to bargain for? Powers that don't belong to a mixed blood like you.
Just shoot already.
Still clinging to your secrets? Seems you too have lost yourself to the witchcraft of death, my old comrade.
Scorn and arrogance shadowed every inch of Krutov's face.
Fine. Then take your secrets to the grave. Farewell.
A flash of sunlight glints in his eyes. No, that's not sunlight.
What?
He instinctively looks up toward the light. A blaze-fused cylinder is hurling through the air, its active solution burning like a tiny sun. What the hell? A one-eyed sniper fires, shouting. I could have read that fast, but it went too fast. Scalding alchemical fluid splashes over half of Krutov's face. Shrieks of pain mingling with the smell of cooking flesh. Really?
Any morphine to ease the pain, Captain?
Good job. Freed from Krutov's incantation, the ground begins to harden again. Ptolemy lowers his gun and pulls his father up before his legs are sealed for good. They stand side by side.
Thank you, Father. Just as you predicted. In his anger, he dropped his guard. But I still think I should have aimed for his heart instead.
An eye for an eye. That was my promise.
We shot him in the eye, huh? He glances past Ptolemy's shoulder at the man he once fought beside. Krutov kneels, his burnt face buried in his hand, his charred skin sticking to his cold leather gloves.
No mortal can transcend eternity, Krutov. I already told you this. The power Manus Vindictae offers is nothing but a poison chalice. Drinking it down will only lead to your doom.
No! I'm no weakling like you, Igor. I won't flinch from the pursuit of strength.
His whole body is quivering.
I won't make the same mistake you did.
Wait, what's he holding?
It's the Manus mask in it. Between his hands and ruined flesh, a familiar dark mask appears outdoors.
Forgive my earlier ignorance, Your Holiness. From this moment on, I will eternally praise your name.
It's at this point he starts to take the mass trial.
God damn it!
Ptolemy fires at Krutov, but the bullet hits a wall of ice before it reaches him. Krutov shakes and murmurs to himself as he undergoes the trial. Ptolemy paces forward, readying himself to tear the mask from him.
I'll smash that mask to pieces!
No, stay back.
Igor grabs his shoulder and pulls him back. A sharp wall of ice slices through the air in front of him.
I hear it. I hear your wise words. I should have listened to you long ago. I should have seen the truth of this world. Ah!
Krutov lowers his hands, the melted flesh of his face drooping like soft wax in sticky amber threads.
Mother of resurrection.
With the pan-shaped mask cradling his eyes, a whirlwind of chilling air begins to spread from Krutov.
This coat, it's... I see. Krutov has passed the mask trial. That Manus ritualist must be hiding nearby. She's given him the power to contain the entire stolen winter on his own.
What? So that's why the Flying Witches couldn't fully stop the ritual. Who'd have thought Krutov was...
He's the right. Igor draws his shanksha. It trembles in the sudden cold, frost forming in diamonds along its blade.
Inform Lieutenant Lilia at once. We found the final right.
No wonder that Arg has said, unless the right has legs, Krutov is a walking ritual. I get it. Changing the weather. I think she literally turned the man into a walking weather. Let me think. So Krutov was absorbing the natural weather of winter. I think absorbing winter. That explains the ice. Well, is there anything active? Anything? No? Alright. Let's see what it looks like.
Who should my squadron help during the next attack? Better think carefully.
It seems he's developed the traits of a terror fiend after passing Manus Vindictae's trial. Watch out for his channeling effects.
He's a monster now. Rotten to the core. Father, we need support from the Flying Witches.
So does the Cavalry Corps. I'm certain Lieutenant Lilia will adapt her support flexibly to the situation. We need to trust our allies if we want to win this fight.
Alright, so, the Flying Witch's decision. So, final ritual or overall support. Initiates air support on the current area to attack Krutov. Deals maximum HP times 20% Genesis damage to all enemies. Dispels all channel statuses. So, it initiates air support on the other areas. Decreases battlefront progress by 30. You're kidding, right? What was the battlefront progress? Let's try this. Hold on, let me listen to this one. I'm liking this song already. Alright, the Stolen Winter. That's what the damn thing is called. Okay, that's cool.
Stage 9 disagree. I'll show you.
Help is on the way. Coordinate with them.
For victory! This is well. Cersei taught me this one.
Our victory comes in the tide of blood. Now is
Those
the time
machine guns
for
are
the
giving
shot
Krutov welcome. They must be taken out as soon. Those machine guns are aimed at the Cavalry Corps. We need to do something to keep our allies safe.
Alright. Wait.
I found. Agreed.
Damn it. I was trying to shoot something.
The enemies of peace shall be stamped out. Trust me, it won't hurt. There
Those
comes
very
the
plus
sword.
50%. I need
A little surprise.
I think I should not do the automatic thing.
Now is the time of repentance. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out.
I bring you victory, as promised.
I honestly think I could have just learned more about it. Alright. Why was I shooting in the air? Like, what we could have done on the right side to choose Yvonne's thing? Well. Yeah. Living ice swirls and bites at their wrists. Climbing up their arms to their torsos, only their red-hot gun barrels are able to fight it off.
Damn it! This bastard won't hold back the winter any longer! Keep shooting!
The Manus soldiers, one after another, throw themselves into the gunfire before they reach the collapsed Krutov. Soon, Krutov is submerged in a black tide of soldiers. Ptolemy swings open his gun cylinder and empties the spent shells.
Damn it! Where'd he run off to? Hey, Flying Witch! How'd those Manus come up here all of a sudden? Did the cavalry all turn tail and run?
Shut your trap!
A flurry of condensation clouds from her mouth. The thinness of the stinging cold winter has pulled her lower. Lilia runs a circle around the battlefield, knocking aside some straggling enemies before landing in a small clearing at its center.
The cavalry are chasing down whatever's left of Krutov's bandits. As for the Manus, I got no clue how they managed to disappear like that. Must have used some kind of teleport ritual. The Alphas are looking for it now.
There were a lot of them, so the ritual site must be nearby. Probably somewhere in the village.
If that's the case, the Alphas can't do much. Too many buildings. You better have your men do a grid search.
How about we carpet bomb them out?
What about the villagers, huh? What about your own men? У тебя что, мозг отмёрз?
A unit will be dispatched to perform a ground search, but they won't be as fast as you, Lieutenant.
She has no words. After a moment, she clicks her tongue and climbs onto her pillow.
Based on the direction of the reinforcements, the teleport ritual site must be in the south of the village. Freezing my butt off here. Ugh. Where is the damn thing? A whole army went through it. No way it just disappeared without a trace.
Ah.
Блять!
Lilia squints as a glare from somewhere on the ground almost blinds her. She banks hard, just barely avoiding a roof. She tries to hide in the clouds, but the glare follows her every turn.
I swear, if I catch the ground duster who dares dazzle me right now, I'll give him a missile to the face.
As you should.
Missile to the face.
And Sergei, if you shine the light of that telescope into my eyes one more time.
Sergei! Oh, you freaking goat. You're a Chad, man. Good job.
The last thing you'll see is a missile to the face.
Oh,
Understood?
He knew she was up there. Ha ha!
Understood, Lieutenant.
Nice one, Sergei. Nice one.
Sergei!
She pulls down her goggles, drops lower, and searches for the light's source. It's a pair of binoculars, half shattered, looking like a sorry children's kaleidoscope. They're in the hands of a wounded young rider in a single uniform, looking just as tattered.
Hey! Lieutenant!
He waves as he jumps, lively as a grassland hare, one hand pointed.
What's he pointing at? The stable? Why? There's something in the stable? Wait! It's got to be Krutov!
She spots a limping Krutov being led into a stable by the ritualist.
I see them, Sergei! Stay back!
Bomb the damn thing. Ice and dust scatter in the explosion. By the time Lilia lands near the ruined stable, Sergei is already digging through the wreckage like a mole. Ooh.
Didn't I tell you to stay away? Krutov and that ritualist could still be alive down there.
No, it can't be. How?
Sergei climbs out, brushes himself off, and runs to the lieutenant.
The place is tiny, but I don't see them. Not even a trace.
They got away again.
Lilia kicks a small mushroom at her feet in frustration.
Probably used multiple short-range teleport rituals. Blech. Hopefully the Alphas find something elsewhere. So, how did you end up here?
We can save that for later, Lieutenant. All that matters now is that I'm alive. For a moment, I honestly thought that this would be it for me.
He almost stumbles over his words to get his next question out.
How are things in the city? What's happened to Commander Ivan and the rest of the Corps? It looks like the bandits and the Manus are gone. What's going on? Come on, tell me! Did we win?
Lilia crosses her arms, not knowing where to begin. She takes a long drink from a flask she hasn't opened in a long time. It's been a while since I've seen her drink a flask. Winter returns, and with it, the eerie silence of snow. Yep. Simple answer. A distant sound answers for her. Hollered voices, snorting horses, and the stirring of the long grass elm echo on the banks of the shimmering dawn. This is all he needs to know. Winter is finally coming back here, which means it's going to be frozen.
They did what they could.
Yeah.
Some sins can never be redeemed. Yet, it is not too late to keep them from spreading, from taking root again. For one's own sake, and for the sake of home and family. Bare fists struck steel behemoths. Soft flesh warded off fell sorcery.
Look at him just stand there.
Their brittle lives were laid down so that others might be spared.
Don't tell me that person's dead.
And the living lift their eyes as the first snow falls. Time finds its rightful course once more. Winter has come.
Oh.
Luckily, we won. For this round, at least.
For now? Really? Hey? The last part was ridiculous. Was something. Oh, there's more. I didn't think there's more. Alright, so let's see. So on the final battlefield, Krutov undergoes the mass trial, covering the whole field of harsh winter. However, under the assault from Lilia and the others, Krutov is ultimately defeated. He used the Manus ritualist's right to escape Tomarovka, vanishing without a trace. So the bastard's still alive, but defeated. Alright, so the long road ahead. Hopefully this is the last one. Who knows? Like always, I think after the boss fight, there's actually got to be the end here.
My mission on the Eastern Front is over, but the battle that took place here has left an indelible impression on me. It still strikes me like lightning. In the city of Beregrad, civilians, barely knowing how to handle a gun, gave their all to defend their homes from bandits and Manus Vindictae. Their unyielding defense of the city streets brought crucial tactical space for the Cavalry Corps and their allies on the field, allowing them to strike the enemy's main force without restraint. Some lost their lives, but many more will live because of their sacrifice. I am certain those names will be remembered on this step forever. As an aside, I ran into Charon here. What are the odds of that? It's a shame I don't have time to share more stories with you in just one letter. I hope one day to tell you all about them in person. And don't worry about me, my dear Marianne. I'll soon return to the Foundation headquarters. I look forward to hearing from you.
And hopefully, more. Okay, so we finally won.
That the only letter you want to send?
Oh, wait. Alright. You're more alive. The knight folds her letter, seals it in an envelope, and presses the Foundation's wax seal on it with a solemn care.
I would have written more if I knew you'd be delivering them personally. If you're returning to the Western Front, please bring this letter to Montpellier. Someone there will pick it up.
Ah, you mean that gargoyle girl, right? She's not hanging around Montpellier anymore.
Really?
Huh? Do you know where she went?
Can't say that I do, but I have run into her a few times since.
Hound looks as tough as a chill has just run up his spine.
First time was in Luxembourg. I was out looking for something when she decided to press the muzzle of her gun against the back of my head.
Damn.
I thought she was still holding a grudge over what happened at Hill 299. I wouldn't blame her. After all, Creus owes her a hell of a lot more than a little thanks. But turns out she just wanted to have a chat with the member of the 12.
What did you talk about?
Something about setting rules. Said she doesn't mind helping out when her objectives overlap with ours, on the condition that we share with her each and every piece of information we have. Must have been serious, right? Doesn't seem like the kind of person who appreciates a joke.
Oh no. After someone that went through a change after enlisting in that kind of war, yeah. And learning the truth about the whole war, yeah. I'd be pissed too.
Maybe just your jokes.
Could be. Anyway, I don't know her exact whereabouts, but finding her again shouldn't be too hard. I'm sure she wouldn't want to miss your letter.
Thanks. So, why were you sent here?
Chris wanted me to do some mopping up. Lucky me, always stuck with the chores. Watching to see if the Xenocore here show any unusual political tendencies after the battle. Making sure they've cut contact with Igor. Oh, and Blackbird.
He pulls a document from his coat and hands it to Marcia. After a pause, she carefully opens it.
Meryl, head to the Don River region immediately. Cover your tracks and investigate the Golden Famine there. Reyes, November 10th? That was before Meryl's desertion. Then, she didn't run away after all?
Really?
Nah, the date's fake. Creus wrote up this secret order right in front of me after your report.
So Creus knew that she was about to desert, but I guess at some point, if anyone found out about this...
The seal on the signature hadn't even dried when I set out.
A little paperwork filed after the fact should be harmless.
I see. Are you sure you should have told me this?
Yermolai's face darkens unexpectedly.
We're on the same team. If we can't trust each other, we'll all end up in the ditch when shit hits the fan. Know what I mean?
You make a good point. Meryl's still resting. Should I call for her now?
I'm here.
Oh, she's here. The deserter, spared for now by this secret order, peeks out from behind Marcia with a sheepish look on her face. Yermolai tilts his chin at her.
Your days of fluttering under a babysitter's wings have come to an end, Blackbird. You may be off the Foundation's hook, but I'm afraid some form of internal punishment within the squad is inevitable.
Internal punishment?
Hearing this, Meryl takes a slow step back.
Don't think you can get away again.
Like catching a rabbit, the man pulls Meryl out from behind the knight. What? Ned?
Hey, go easy on her.
I'll be keeping tabs on her from now on, Marcia. Even got a tracking serum. Creus's order.
Tracking serum?
And injecting cracker, huh?
Yeah, goof juice, invented by some eggheads. Still in development, actually. Our little runaway will make the perfect lab rat.
Oh, no.
I won't run again. Trust me, I swear.
Keep that voice down. You trying to tell the entire world you're a deserter? Or you looking for a taste the Dumbitter portion?
No.
She bites her lip. Marcia gives her a light pat on the shoulder.
Relax. I'll be traveling back with you.
A black warhorse trots over down the street. His old friend beside him.
It is good that you've returned to your friends, Meryl. May your journey ahead be a safe one. And thank you, Marcia. Tending to this broken body must have taken a great toll on you. I am sorry for any pain it caused.
Please, don't think of it that way, Charon. I can handle my arcane skills. I'm just relieved that you're back on your feet.
Gotta say, I was surprised to hear you'd made it out this way, Gravedigger. Baravian told me it was you who covered Meryl's tracks.
Ooh, wait, leave Charon out of this. I forced him to help me.
What's got you so worked up? All you did was follow Creus's orders and cover your tracks, right?
Yeah. No, wait. Did I?
You gotta believe the lie.
Yeah, you did. And keep that in mind if anyone asks.
Oh, okay.
Caroline, struggling to follow the conversation among the 12 squad, gives up trying.
Life must flee death. It is our most basic instinct. Death is impartial, unstoppable. No creature should be punished for running from its shadow.
Sure. Don't worry. I'll make sure our friend here stays safe and sound.
A small hope in this grey world. Now, there is more work to be done.
You're leaving again, Charon?
Why don't you join us at the...
Foundation catches in her throat.
Never mind. I hope I see you again, Charon. Though, maybe not on another battlefield. I'd be happy to never see another corpse in my life. I'll miss you too, Andreas.
Meryl stands on tiptoes, wrapping her arms around Andreas' neck, and presses her cheek to his rough mane.
Goodbye, friends. I've made so many happy memories with you. Well, aside from the drowning.
And aside for being caught like a fish.
I'll miss you from the bottom of my heart.
May our reunion come in a more peaceful time.
Leading Andreas by the reins, Charon makes his way out of the city. They disappear into the winter grassland, returning to the long, hard road they must walk. There's gotta be an end run here. Is there more? Of course there's more. Of course there's more. Alright, let's look at the clue. Alright, so let's see. After the situation on the Eastern Front calms down, Miss Marcia receives a message from 12 Squad. She learns that Mr. Creus has already made thorough preparations for Meryl, and now her job is to escort her back to the Foundation. And hearing the secret order from the 12 Squad, Meryl realizes she will not face punishment from the Foundation, but will still have to rejoin her old unit. And after the war, Mr. Charon bids farewell to Miss Marcia and Meryl that continues his journey with Andreas. Upon learning of Meryl's desertion, Mr. Creus forges a secret order, assigning her to the Eastern Front to investigate the Golden Famine, preparing for her eventual return to the squad. So he was way ahead. He was very prepared for this. Like, he was really, really freaking prepared. I meant. Alright, so, aim annihilation. Right. A government official in black and white checkered clothing showed up in the village. He says he is a specialist sent by the higher-ups to handle post-war matters. Everyone in the village thinks he's just being nosy. The people from Xeno say the famine is about to end. The village plans to plant potatoes. Potatoes as big as a person. Then they will hollow one out, turn it into a sitch, and shove that specialist inside to stop him from snooping around. Okay, that was unnecessary, but... So following Sergei's signal, Leah identifies Krutov and the ritualist attempting to escape, and immediately launches another bombing run. Krutov ultimately escapes, but as the final rite, his withdrawal from the Dawn River Basin marks the end of the Golden Famine. Igor uses himself as bait, enabling Ptolemy's strike to land true against Krutov. Cornered, Krutov accepts the trial of Manus Vindictae and it releases the power he has amassed as the final rite. Who knew he would use himself as a rite? Alright. Again, well, there's nothing much here to do other than doing this. Necrologist. Please accept my apologies for this abrupt message. The war on the Eastern Front has claimed many innocent civilian lives. I have learned that you are a caretaker of gravestones. I therefore wish to commission you to come to the Eastern Front and work alongside one of our awakened to prepare proper rites for the fallen. Not sure who. Whatever. Okay, what else is there? Fighting on the Eastern Front is over. Ptolemy and I are still alive for now. We defeated Krutos' forces, but he escaped. There is still much to be dealt with. Once arrangements are complete, I will contact you again. Communication record destroyed. Of course. Of course, it's gotta be this. No matter what. Alright. Sweet this. So the war on the Eastern Front concludes with the victory of the Cavalry Corps and the Graven Legion, former Xeno rebels. So I think that Igor probably rejoined Xeno, maybe. I'm not sure. From the Foundation's perspective, this outcome aligns with its strategic objectives. However, the potential consequences of extensive contact with rebel forces warrant continued attention. Team Tidekeeper's mission is deemed complete. Alright. I tend to gravestones and I also fulfill their wishes. The dead and their gravestones are not the same thing, and a necrologist's involvements may not align with the wishes of the deceased. If you already understand this, then I will accept the commission. I had heard of the battlefield gravedigger from the Western Front, so he is an awakened. Perhaps like me, he is skilled at listening to the voices of gravestones. I look forward to meeting with him. Alright, Father's operation has concluded smoothly at last. From his tone, however, it seems they will not be leaving the Eastern Front anytime soon. In the worst case scenario, if Sino suddenly turns its guns on the Griffin Legion, I believe Father has already made preparations. Before our next contact, I must quickly inventory the remaining supplies at headquarters and accelerate the tasks assigned to field operatives. As for field work, this where joint operation only leaves me hoping Ptolemy does not create trouble for Father. Alright, and that could be it for that one. Except for this. Yomalai, wait. About the tracking serum thing, you were joking, right? Hey, Meryl, you're 2 hours later than yesterday. Maybe it's you who should be using the tracking serum on me, eh? I get it. There's no such thing as a tracking serum, is there? What, the drink? I hear the kitchen just received some fine bottles. My dear Hound, this really matters to me. I'm begging you. Chris? What a coincidence. You're here too. Captain! My written apology is on your desk, and... Yamarilla, you tricked me again. Wait! I had to sit through 3 meetings in a row this morning. My head's spinning. If you follow me again, I'll drag you straight to Krius. Wait, what? Don't! If you ask me, we should have left you on the step to fend for yourself. Why did Krius insist on dragging you back for an injection? So the tracker serum actually exists? I'm really getting ejected? That's right, you're getting a shot. One your beloved captain stole, took from some lab. Satisfied? Krius, steal it? From a lab? I never said that. Wake up, Blackbird. Your time's run out. I'm leaving. What the hell was that? Alright. After the dust settles, he makes the decision. So Igor and Timekeeper in the Amber Room, huh? Alright. Please. I hope this one's the end. I swear. I swear. The streets of Baragrad are packed. The people hug and laugh, and the soldiers drink and sing to their hard-won victory. But deep below the church, in a room from another age, there is nothing but silence. The Amber Room. The white marble chair is smooth and cold. The touch of a fingertip sends a distant call from across time and space.
Is it really you? Ah!
She sits, and a pain prickles through her skin. A pain that is not her own.
What have you been through?
Oh, not this again.
Where are you?
Shh. We should let her get some rest. Burton.
Who are you?
We all walk our own paths, seeking our own answers.
Unfortunately, I can't change the brightness.
But our paths will surely cross again.
Timekeeper.
She gets to her feet, tearing her from those memories and thrusting her back into the real world. The footsteps that follow carry a note of caution.
This room had always been locked to me, but now it is blindingly white.
Mr. Igor.
I wouldn't sit in that chair. Not unless you know it to be necessary.
Herb sat here. I wanted to try it myself.
Find anything useful?
Some documents on the experiment. The person who told me about this room might be interested. But if you mean to ask about Erd specifically, I haven't learned anything more than I did on my first visit. You were there. What do you know about the experiments in this room? What did they want from her?
Her usually recent words come quickly, driven by her hunger for answers.
What did you do to her?
The things that Pax House did to Earth. I'm sure you've pieced it together somehow.
I don't think I have.
After the second storm, the Foundation led an effort to build an emergency response system. But after Manus Vindictae reared their head, and in the wake of the vanishing of 2 eras, we realized no system could stop the storm. We needed Earth.
And you tracked her down, only to find she'd become someone else. An investigative journalist, a humanitarian doctor, anything but the identity you were hoping for. You tried every method to force that version of her, a blind woman you had no need of, into becoming Erd again, the one from 1999.
We, or the Pax House, believe that no matter the nature of the storm, whether Manus Vindictae forged new psyches from the realm of souls, or twisted the entire material world to warp memories on a universal scale, the key to every question about the storm was tied up in Earth, the original Earth. The Loop Laboratory and the vessel ensoulment experiments conducted here were dedicated to finding that key.
So the purpose of this room here was to try to find the word that existed in 1999 that they desperately needed. So they tried to use some sort of filtering to make sure that soul gets back into the body they just had found.
Was that your goal? To find her and end all this?
The old admiral closes his eyes, either to recall or avoid.
Igor, do you also want to return to the era before the storm?
No reply comes. Igor moves to a corner as if searching for something.
Just as I suspected, they didn't have time to evacuate with these materials.
From a pile of discs, he lifts a whole book as thick as a dictionary.
Take it.
It's heavy.
Its surface is as cold and hard as marble.
The weight of 43 souls combined.
43?
Huh?
Wait.
The souls of those whose identities were displaced after the storm. I abducted them from all around the world. A way to regain my footing among the ranks. I placed my trust, my hope even, in the Foundation, believing that these experiments would one day bring back the people I loved.
But you chose to walk away.
43. Each soul left behind a husk. I buried every one of them. I've buried so many people since the storm. I've lost count. I stopped counting.
He takes the black cube from his coat and murmurs an incantation. It floats above his palm.
Arcana's body was annihilated, but her presence, and yours, even with my modest lineage, I feel her presence everywhere, at all times. She bestowed on me a boon that let my army cross the storm. It worked as she promised, but after leaving Antarctica, the barrier that boon created could shelter only one person. I did still use it as a beacon to find a new sanctuary, but it cost us dearly in time and effort. Meanwhile, Krutov seized the opportunity to wreak havoc along the dawn.
A bitter smile colors Igor's face, and he stops channeling arcane energy into the boon.
This is Arcana's mockery of me, the mixed blood arcanist who dared mimic Noah.
But you managed to build your own ark, didn't you?
He gives a dry laugh that is neither a yes or a no. Then he sets the boon down on the white book. When she reaches out to it, its ever-present threads pull taut, then fade into the air.
Huh?
You are the true savior destined to lead us from the flood. Take it.
Of course, main character energy.
Back to our deal, Timekeeper. I brought you to this laboratory as promised, and told you secrets the Foundation would rather keep hidden. Along with this boon, I believe I have done enough to earn your favor.
What is it that you want?
Only that you consider me a partner in the future, so that we may help each other when the need arises.
In other words, we're gonna get him as a character soon enough.
I'm still the timekeeper of the St. Pavlov Foundation. You're betting your life and freedom on nothing more than my favor.
Not my first gamble. I have confidence. You and I share the same enemy in Arcana. There is another matter. Krutov has passed the mask trial. He is more dangerous than ever before. We defeated him at Domorovka, but there was no sign of his body.
So you're suggesting...
Manus Vindictae lacks leaders with modern military training. I suspect Krutov will become key to their future conflicts with the Foundation.
Which has gotten more annoying. Having left the Timekeeper to her devices, Igor slips past the street celebrations and leaves Belgrade.
Father.
As you said, Muldir, the Timekeeper is unlike most of her colleagues.
A soft laugh comes through the communicator. The events at the South Pole are still fresh in her mind.
She's a truly extraordinary young woman. Based on my collaboration with her team in Antarctica, I'm sure she has prospects beyond the Foundation. I hope your meeting brought something of value.
It did, to my surprise. Recall all personnel on the field to the Sanctuary. We need to accelerate recruitment and redeployment.
Muldir is temporarily rendered silent by the abruptness of this order.
Yes, Father.
Let the residents of any nearby villages join us if they wish. We need all the strength we can muster.
All of them?
Civilian or soldier, human or arcanist, take them all in.
The Admiral answers with unwavering conviction.
And keep an eye on Ptolemy until I return. And should I not return, command of the Griffin Legion will be transferred to you.
Father.
Igor, standing on the bank of the Don, gives the old city one last glance and ends the call.
What's the rush, old man?
Oh, of course, Lilia. A gun muzzle presses to the back of Igor's head.
I've been expecting you, Lieutenant Lilia.
So you recognize that Ptolemy is a good-for-nothing bastard then? At least you're a better father than you're a soldier. But being a half-decent father won't save you from the crimes you've committed or the lives you've taken. I said it before, I'll say it again. I will personally escort you to the judgment seat.
Well, facing consequences being facing consequences, and there's still more. Don't tell me there's still more. There's still more. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at that. I've reached maximum thing here. Look at this. Actually, you know what? I don't think I reached maximum, but still. That's all I can get from this little war, because apparently the chapter is still ongoing, so looks like I'm going to give this PC a break for a bit, so be back in a second. You know, by the end of this video, it's going to be a long freaking video, as previous in the video as well. So I just came back to an update here because I never checked this thing here. So let's look at this. So using... Okay, we've already seen that one as well. You... Same thing, I think. Alright, we all know during the war, Lisa Muldier is carrying out missions in the other regions on Igor's orders. And that's it. Anything else new? Or some things I missed? No, I think I got everything. Oh wait, no, I did not. I forgot about this. So, member of the squad, member of Rise and Barragod, you know him. Member of the 12th squad brings word that Meryl will not be treated as a deserter, but must return to her unit to receive punishment. She accepts the decision and bids solemn farewell to Charon and his beloved horse Andreas. Marsha entrusts a hastily written letter to the teammate asking him to deliver it to her friend Sentinel. Maybe closer, but I tease enough. Alright. Checking the dispatch here. Oh, hell, why is Razor gonna be here? Of course, Razor's gotta be in it. It's frustrating enough. Let's see. Mission record Dennis. Location Krakow. Identify candidate sites suitable for use as secondary base. Krakow is an old city packed with complex historical structures. Its layout favors defense, but the building's structural integrity still needs assessment. It has been added to a short list. Personnel KE. Your location Yurmala. Rescue hostages. The operation encountered heavy resistance, but the hostages were rescued successfully with no casualties. Some of the rescued expressed willingness to join our forces and may be considered as reinforcements. Assuming this is talking about Igor, I believe. The fighting along the Dawn is subsided. Next, Razor Squad will focus on civilian evacuation and post-war relief, and will complete intelligence sharing the Cavalry Corps withdrawal before the Cavalry Corps withdrawals. As for matters prior to our arrival in the Dawn River region, ask the Knight from the 12th Squad. She can report on our behalf as well. That said, we should have submitted regular reports on our actions and status. Has the liaison been slacking off again? The Foundation really ought to consider reforming its staffing structure. Sure you would. I'm sure you would. So, Time Keeper returns to the Amber Room and reaches a renowned cooperative understanding with the Griffin with Igor. Yeah, makes a second secret visit to the Amber Room and understanding Igor. As the Cavalry Corps celebrates its victory, Lilia quietly leaves the camp and goes alone to the Steppe riverbank, where she finds Igor by himself. She intends to carry out her own form of extrajudicial justice. Yep. Of course. Why not? Right. It's the last thing I'm going to do anyway. I do not like that bearded gentleman. He is not a friend to the Timekeeper or myself. Still, as a lady, I cannot refuse a gentleman's request. I will help. This is an automatic communication cylinder. There is one in his suitcase as well. Simply press it here and it will... Oh, how strange. The cylinder says she's not within communicable range. Now I formally applied to the Foundation for permission to travel to her current region. She may be in trouble, and as a lady, I cannot stand by while a friend is in peril. I don't know why I speak like that. I don't know why. Alright. And is there a change here? No, I've already checked everything out. Don't know why that's still glowing.
Give me a minute. I'll go deal with the intruder. Walking into my home with blood-soaked boots. Such insolence. Does he think sending people to die makes him special? He'll pay for this in blood.
Just have him change shoes, or please calm yourself. Should I? Should I be sarcastic, or just do this?
I am calm. He brought the blood here, so he'll pay by cleaning up every drop. I won't even lend him a rag. He can use that fancy coat of his for all I care. So he claims those big shots forced him to stain his hands, huh? How convenient. And this plan to restore everything to how it was? A utterly foolish. But the fact that he followed it to the letter makes him no different from the ones who devised it. To realize their grand vision, those so-called realists kept piling weight on one side of the scale, sacrificing one innocent life after another, just so someone could remember a name that wasn't hers anymore. Absurd. I have one thing to say to those arrogant megalomaniacs wanting to play gods. Anyone who has forgotten their own name is as good as dead, and forcing them to wear it again won't change a thing. What happened has happened. Those bloody footprints can never truly be erased.
Again, who does she apply, maybe? Well, not sure what she meant by that. Also, these voices from every chapter we've gone through. Let's see. Crime and punishment. Looks like the trial is about to begin. I mean, we'll get his character, assuming he'll just be alive then.
Raise your glass to the Sino Cavalry Corps.
За корпус, за летающих ведьм и за Двереград.
Oak mugs meet in a toast, golden liquor overflowing in their rims.
To everyone!
This is nothing like the samogon we brew in the village.
Too fiery for you?
Not fiery enough.
He drains his mug and lets out a hearty laugh.
Hit me!
Lilia sits with the celebrants, cheeks flushed, but her eyes still sharp on the Sich gates outside the tent. When she sees the Griffin soldiers leaving in 2s and 3s, she splits, picks up her broom, and strides out.
Where are you going, Commander? You're the star of this party.
Come on, quit with the titles. Lilia's just fine. I'm just going to get some more drinks from the city.
Oh, flying under the influence. You sure?
I mean, she ain't drunk enough.
Catch me if you can.
The engine flares orange. Her new broom, carrying Lilia and the name Red 38, shoots into the clouds and disappears. The commander examines the trail toward Belgrade with a puzzled look. Then he lifts the tent flap and steps inside.
Where's Lieutenant Lilia off to?
The city. Said she'll bring back more drinks.
Weighing the bottle in his hand, he lapses into silence. There you are.
I'm afraid there won't be any judgment for me, Lieutenant Lilia.
Oh yeah? What's got you so confident?
This war between Manus Vindictae and the Foundation will grind on for a long time to come. They won't give the order to arrest me until it ends.
The gun presses harder against his head. An Arcanist skull is like any other. It has no defense against a bullet.
They might call us traitors, but still, our names and faces are listed as martyrs in Zeno's Hall of Merit. They know that others doubt, and they fear for their morale.
I don't know if I'm going to put that there.
They know I still live, of course. Even so, the Foundation gains nothing from making an enemy of me, so long as I remain a potential ally.
The threat brings him no fear. He only answers her anger with measured calm.
And as a result of my actions in São Paulo, the rift between the Foundation and the various factions of Zeno has been laid bare.
Rift?
Zeno should have been at the front lines of this war with Manus Vindictae, yet the Joint Command sent them to the Eastern Front. Lilia knows he speaks the truth.
So if the Foundation put you on trial, it'd be like they're spitting in Zeno's face.
She looks up at the sky despite herself. The flying witches she put on patrol pass overhead. Their gray and white Foundation uniforms make them look like fluttering doves.
But the Pax House will intervene.
Even if their direct intervention would sever all trust between the Foundation and Zeno.
Sever all trust? How?
The last thing Zeno wants is to relieve the shame of São Paulo. Likewise, the Foundation has no desire to reveal how deep their network goes. If the Pax House intervenes, that delicate balance will crumble.
Wait, network? Do you mean the soldiers you dealt with in Sao Paulo?
10 humans and 4 canists refused to join our rebellion. 3 were spies we had long sniffed out. As for the rest...
Igor closes his eyes. He won't defend himself any further.
Ah! Bullshit! They were all our comrades! Every one of them!
Now that's a good shot right here, maybe. Who knows? But I don't know. A trembling finger tightens on the trigger.
They fought together with you! Shared their canteens and rations with you! You could have sent them off somewhere! Could have arrested them! Knocked them out! Put them to sleep! You had a million ways to pull off your rebellion without killing them! You chose to murder them! Why?
The old man's breath doesn't hasten, but his chest heaves.
The Apostles' Brotherhood was watching. To reach a future free from meaningless sacrifices, some cost must be paid.
So, you used them! Ended them so you could go on with the Manus!
Yes.
You'll pay for what you did!
I've committed many crimes. I will not run from them. I will be ready to surrender my life when the day comes. But it has not come. Until it does, I will continue to assist the Timekeeper. Her fight is only just beginning.
The wind drops and the grassland falls still. Only the young pilot's breath grows heavier.
Сука, блядь!
She flings the revolver to the ground, the wild grass swallowing it.
Of all the goddamn arrogance! You ready to die? No, your death won't fix anything. What about everyone who decided to follow you, huh? What about Lopera? You owe her an explanation.
She most definitely needs one. And she's pretty much traumatized by betrayal.
Блять! You were right about this old fart Ivan. He's got a screw loose in the brain. Someone should send him to Mesmer Jr. to sort him out.
The commander steps out from behind a rise. Clearly he has been watching, unseen from the start. He studies Igor, searching for a trace of the past in his weathered eyes.
You are a madman, Igor. Except Manus Vindictae, who else dares challenge Zeno and the Foundation? And now even the Manus march against you. Your legion walks amid tigers.
Igor turns to his old friend with an unusual calm, as if he weren't sinking into a mire.
Amid tigers? No. My legion soars high above, like the indomitable griffin. My children will rend their foes with claws, and guard their friends with wings. And they will bear their ark safely through the currents of time.
Don't flatter yourself.
Lilia spits.
Nothing you do will ever be enough to atone for what you've done.
Agreed. Still, none can deny his deeds in Antarctica and Belgrade.
Antarctica. I heard from the Capitan that Ulrich bypassed the Manus troops thanks to Lieutenant Moldir. That your order?
No. This was Moldir's choice. I did not intervene, true. But I cannot take any credit for it.
Stubborn old fart. If you step even one toe out of line, you're dead.
She mounts her broom. Before starting the engine, she looks back at Igor. She points up at the flying witches in the clouds.
We'll be watching you. I will be watching you.
Igor responds with a slow nod. Yeah, I never seen her this emotional and this much pissed. A shapeless anger sits in Lilia's chest. She snorts and tears into the sky.
We were just like her once. Young, unable to ignore anything we saw as unjust. Compelled to personally right every wrong.
But we never put our lives on the line like her, did we? Wait.
The scar on his brow moves with a smile. Memory does live in those old eyes.
You did.
So did you. I never thought an old cat like you would change his spots. Not a change I favor, mind.
A river turns foul when it holds. We must all find our way to the ocean.
Igor steps toward the river, his boot spurs cutting lines in the soft mud at the bank.
I suspect you were the one that persuaded the lieutenant to leave her gun unloaded.
If so, it wasn't loaded.
I owed you for what you did for the Corps.
The commander runs an agitated hand through his hair and joins Igor.
Got a cigarette?
Oh, a cigar.
I quit back in '99.
The famed commander of the Sino Cavalry pulls a handful of grass from a nearby tuft.
Do you have any idea how many of my silly pups wish to follow you after Tamarovka?
I found a place, somewhere big enough to welcome you and the Corps.
I'm not ready to have a bounty on my head.
But you spoke in this bounty target's defense. What did you say to Lieutenant Lilia?
I gave her a choice. End your life with a bullet, or let you live, bearing the pain of your guilt.
Did you ever consider that I might just be a cold-hearted tyrant? That I feel no guilt at all? We've all changed since the storm.
I read your letter, old friend. No truth serum could tell me more than it did. I tarnished with my own hands the honor we once held dear. Molly, please tell Lopera that...
A dark arcane glow appears by the letter. A shadowy mouth emerges from it, chews it down, and drags it into the void. The jar in Igor's hand flickers. A firefly dims and falls to the bottom.
Really? Running your old bones deeper into the ground just to protect your privacy?
Privacy. I thought you'd never heard of the word.
I didn't mean to pry. The soldiers were getting their letters. Yours was the only one with no name. We ride out come morning. We all know that many of us will never return. You still have a chance to come to the siege before we leave.
You want me to take those young soldiers in?
This was never meant to be their war.
Lilia's aircraft has left a lingering line across the sky, which I can just see now.
They deserve to see the new spring.
Yeah, I just now noticed that. 5 days later, huh? Okay. Back in the suitcase, huh? Home sweet home. I really should change the out...
Located in a Foundation facility. Completely confidential, and no field mission application required. You're more thoughtful than I expected, Timekeeper.
Let's make the most of our time, Mr. Irenai, before our absence draws unnecessary attention.
Then let's cut to the chase. About the vessel ensoulment experiments conducted in the Amber Room laboratory. What have you learned?
Don't tell me I have to answer.
I managed to recover documents detailing the experiment's main procedures. However, I didn't find anything significant about Erd.
She lying, huh? So we lied. That's good. Good for Furton. Please let this be the end of everything else, unless there's... Okay! Geogenic done. We finally completed the entire chapter. Heck yeah! And there's a lot more to hear. Alright, let's see. Alright, the Tiger does not uncover more details about Erd or the vessel ensoulment experiments in the Amber Room, but she and Igor reach mutual understanding. She believes that as long as their goals align and do not conflict, she can trust him. With the Griffin Legion's assistance, the Cavalry Corps achieves victory on the Eastern Front. As a result, Vice Admiral Burkral begins to let go of some of his suspicions toward Igor, a loyal comrade. Sergei lives through the final battle. He later decides to follow Igor and joins the Griffin Legion. Who would have thought? loyal comrade. Well, yeah. So, leave the dawn and join with the Cavalry Corps to the next battlefield. Anything else? Lilia. Alright, let's see. After the final battle, Lilia considers executing Igor herself, but is persuaded by his confession, deciding to give him another chance. Okay. Establish a further cooperation. Okay. We've seen that before. Alright. Let's look at one final look in the sandbox and learn a bit more. So, with the objectives on the Eastern Front achieved, Timekeeper prepares to depart and return to the Foundation. By the Steppe River, Igor calmly submits to Lilia's judgment. After his confession and Ivan's intervention, Lilia changes her mind and decides to spare him for the time being. And actually, you know what? Before that, let's... Okay, I wish to commission you to study the effects of the soul transfer on the human body. I would like concrete information if possible, such as its impact on the brain and internal organs. Okay, so you are going to be taken here. Then Bunny. The war in the Eastern Front has concluded, and your guard assessment of the castle is complete. You may withdraw via the evacuation route prepared by Senior Command Center. Okay. So, right. Alright. My old classmate has brought me another headache. This troublesome bond dates back to our school days, and I have no intention of avoiding it, especially since she has prepared such an excellent room for me. That said, if she could reduce my workload, say by getting injured less often during field operations and requiring fewer examinations, I would be most grateful. This time the issue is soul transfer. I'm not sure what she intends to do with such knowledge. Artificial somnambulism may allow for transfer of memories, but the after effects and risks cannot be reliably assessed. These past days have been unbelievable. Back in the village, I'd never seen such luxurious tableware or such soft, elegant beds. Every meal and cup of tea was of the highest quality. I could barely resist sneaking a bite just from the aroma alone. But being the finest maid there is, I did not eat the guests' meals. Besides my maid duties, I even caught a few bad guys. Everything went smoothly, so I guess that means I can finally relax now. I mean, I just seen her outfit in the little showcase here, and yeah, we did it. All right. So that's pretty much it for the... hold on a second. Not there yet. Alright, so that is it for the campaign's tale and the end of Chapter 12. And that is literally it. What a load of lore. What a load of everything, really. And I kind of would like to see more of Lilia in her new look. Maybe it'll come out as a new character, maybe. She might be a 6-star next time, I assume. But all I know is we will get Igor in the future after Marcia. But I think I'm going to end the video here. So, with that being it, in the next video, I will be doing Marcia's little anecdote or story as well. We will also do her survey to showcase her abilities as well. Just want to know. But I will showcase her abilities at the end of that. So, with that in hand, I will say thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope you did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy the video, please let me know in the comment section down below which is your favorite part, and anything you have to say about the video, comments. And like I said before, click the like button if you enjoyed the video, like the video. I urge you to be patient, relax, and watch it. My unnecessary commentary, or my commentary in general. I like narrating these stories, or at least the dialogue here a bit. It has been one of my favorite gacha games so far. Between its music and its visuals, they're really doing some animations within the dialogue as well, which I'm really loving it. And yeah. I'm not sure if there's going to be more events coming in, or are we getting Chapter 13, maybe. But I'm guessing they're going to be figuring out what comes after this chapter. All I know is we're keeping secrets for Earth's secrets for now, not telling the Foundation anything. Like, I'm trying to get the hint that there is some rift in the Foundation in Sino, or at least that Foundation has its secrets of its own. That includes the Pax house as well. I mean, I know that the government system in the Foundation is getting, like, unbalanced or anything, like it's a powder keg or anything really. Smallest mistake and it just goes all collapsing. So yeah. Also, if you wish to support my channel, please check out my YouTube channel and see which video you like. I urge you to check out my channel, see my videos as well, from me doing horror games to any gacha games I like doing as well. Some other games I would think of doing, and some games that I would stream as well. And I'm happy to announce that I am currently having a model in the works. It will be a while with some tweaks and bit, but I may become a VTuber in the near future, but not associated with anyone. It's just it's just something I want to try out. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna help or not, but at least it'll put me as a personality here as well. So I'm not sure what I'm talking about as well, so, yeah. And of course, again, subscribe to my channel if you wish to support my channel. And, of course, the notification bell will be there if you want to be notified when my new video comes out, or any of my videos will be publicized or out, or just be released as well. So, like I said, in the next video, we'll do Marshall's thing, and we will wait until the new update comes out, and probably after 5 days we'll go with Igor. I'm not sure if I should pull Igor, but I might not pull Igor, but we'll do his story nonetheless. And of course, I'll end it here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the videos. Peace out. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you then. Bye.